everybody's going support Flash. You got this app you have to get for a browser app that supports Flash. Weird. Good job. There is good. Now it's gonna be delayed, so okay. I should have there with those players.
Wait, was that automatically doing that? Because it was jumping around. At the end zone right now.
Right, and there's a big delay. That many million stories and stuff, so I'm sure that's still there. I just got some stuff.
Who Chambersburg playing against the
Far off on her. You're able to set 2-9.
Is that home or away?
That's a away game at Carlisle. And after that, they play Common Valley Harrisburg. I don't know which one's what, though. There's only 3 games left after this. They're both home games. We'll look at that. Montreal, I can This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on mid10broadcasting.com, gametimeka.com. Every time we go on the commercial break, like I said, going everywhere. And after every extra point field goal, successful extra point, I gotta say, the extra point field goal brought to you by Remax Premier Executive of State Line. Lowest got fair. Lowest fair. Agent. Phone number 717, blah, blah, blah. And the X-Stein or X-Stein. Like a beer Stein term there, which is we talk about chalk, yes.
That's the
and finish, I'm surprised you haven't been part of this, the audience yet.
No. Thursday night, you see this?
And then you're in charge of the word, you know what it is yet, or you still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
Alright. That way I want to write something.
I will say cheerleader.
Is that what you want?
Yes. Yeah, remember you said every week.
Probably.
And did they get that at Midnight Broadcasting or Klein Sports?
They, you want to go to Midnight Broadcasting? Retro Midnight Broadcasting. Good, we got about 45 minutes. Relax, walk around, get a snack. Umbrellas are out.
Kevin Gustafson at all?
I didn't have him, but I know who he was. Yeah.
I talked with him at Chambersburg for a while.
Yeah, he coached.
Now he's coaching Shippensburg. His two sons are
Oh, yeah.
studs at Shippensburg. Quarterback and then did you take these notes, Mike?
I pulled it from what's that? Harrisburg Patriot. It said like a sports section in Penn High.
Penn High?
There you go. I just printed it out. I don't know what it's just kind of like their little.
Oh, that's over on Allison.
That's in prediction.
Yeah. It doesn't say who the home team is.
Right. I have my cell phone for Twitter, so I should be able to. Plus, we'll have time on. I can go to H side or something. Let's get a little treat. go to any of the ship football? Oh, you do. You're at the game. Yeah. I went to that family game. I guess the families come for the weekend. Previous weekend. That was a couple weekends ago. Did they play Bloomberg or they got it was a really high score. And it's hotter now too. It lasted about 10 minutes. That was my son. He's only 3. But yeah, they lost 3 in a row now. First time they've they've been really good lately. I mean, the last couple of years. Yeah, well, that's the first thing. How is the Carousers not a parent day? Or not too bad. I got there at the right time. It was like mid first quarter. We just walked right in. That's bad. You can't drink in the tailgate. You can't. No. At the shooter tail, like alumni, like when's that? At this weekend? Like all. They have to do them all. Oh really? I never know. 9:30. Well, now there ain't nothing. I mean, there's a couple of diehard down there, but so the famous red cup thing, they're walking around making sure it's not. How they enforce that? One professor I had, Dr. Carl, he got found in child porn and all this stuff. They found him in an island or something. Remember that? Yeah. I don't remember the name. He actually gave me a C. There's no way. I've gotten 8 months. I don't remember what that was last week. And he messed up. He had everything or something. He found him some island. Yeah, he's like, I think he was pretty good at it. Yeah. There's one guy who killed him. Yeah. He's the best friend. Yeah. consider what call it or what game time yeah. Honestly, game time yeah. You're not officially an employee. Yeah, you go down, like concession stand is make the right there behind. Actually, you go down the steps, just go on that side. Yeah. and 6. That's not right. They're 1 and 5. Yeah, they're already CD East. I don't think I keep saying Central Dauphin. It's CD East, man. Apparently they like saying the word Central Dauphin. They have the Trojans 1 and 6. They're 1 and 5. Oh, they got that 1 and 6.
But they're projecting.
Yeah.
So pregame, we just got chit-chatting. I'm making some music or commercials. Do commercials first.
Yeah, we'll do a little chit-chat. Some commercials. I like to get it close because we don't have an interview, so I don't want to just drag it. Maybe if Lizzie comes over, maybe she can borrow your headphone for a couple minutes and she can talk. Other than that. So it's Mark Elko, right?
Yes.
Alright. Let's see, I want to make sure, yeah, I haven't commented that after. I want to make sure that last week it was before the game.
Yes, and they gave us the hour of the schedule.
Yeah, I heard.
Yes.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. So it's pretty crowded time. Alright, in about a couple minutes I'm going to hit broadcast. Yeah, I was just, I didn't have your dad's phone. Well, of course you have. Oh yeah, he did. Where are you at tonight? They're away. We're up there. It's pretty Landisfield. They're at Central CD East. Yeah, we're up in the Chambersburg area. And then they away to next weekend's Carlisle. And then last 2 games are home, Harrisburg and Carmel Valley. Yeah, I don't understand why he was part of the practice. I guess he was better for week. Exactly. I don't understand that. Alright. Yeah, exactly. I guess watch the Royals.
Is that Max?
Yeah, it's Max.
Yes, I got my email today.
He wants to know if you got his email today or dad.
Whose birthday is it?
His birthday is David Lee Roth. Okay, said you got it. How old is he? 60?
Yes.
Wow. Awesome. Didn't get to air down the updates today. Let's go now. Alright, man. Yeah, I can't wait. We'll figure something out. Alright, see you then. Alright, bye. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick and then we're gonna test it.
Forget all your notes about Leedy tonight.
Hunter Leedy. Not playing.
Not playing. Concussion. Just got the inside word from Roger Coleman.
You know who's going to be quarterback?
Yes, Sean Moore. For 3.
Yeah. Gosh, it just gets worse and worse. more, junior, 650 pounder. I never heard. I never heard half these players going.
Oh, did you look at these names?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a challenge.
How do you say that? Jihad Nebuyer?
Nebuyer. Jihad
Nebuyer. Quentin Smith. Justice Jacobs. Brandon Hickerson Rooks. Joe Lamel.
That's what he's going to be called tonight.
AJ Perez. Alonzo Holmes.
Let's look at some Kerry Livingston. Jujuan or
Juwan Bird. That's probably Silent J. Jihad Nebuyer. I don't know.
What about Drekwon Hall?
Drekwon Hall. I'm good about him. So Brandon.
Tajay Hargrove.
So Rooks. He's a pretty big player on the defense. Holmes is a big player on the defense.
Perez.
Jihad Nebuyer, he's the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And then they have their backup guy's a good quarterback too.
22 for 44.
Yeah. Key receivers, Javonte Along. Yeah, man.
I don't know if he's a split end or tight end.
And yeah, that's good. Justin Jacobs. Oh, Justin Jacobs backup, 22.
Yeah, which is better than Chambersburg.
Jeez.
And actually, the backup has more passing yards than the starter.
So, yeah, there's so many breaks in that. That's the end.
So you want to start about 6:40 or so?
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a 6:35 around. Listen, make sure we can hear it.
Okay. Was there a teacher named Ken Dilling when you went to school? Maybe an elementary teacher?
I had him in 6th grade, yeah.
Okay, because he and I went to college together.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, I had him for man in 6th grade. Then he retired a few years ago, I think.
I've been retired about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, he could have been also. And there was a high school math teacher. Gosh, this has been years ago. Barb Karstensen. Her husband taught up at the academy. But these would be generally older. Chuck Rawhouse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's my middle school. Yeah. He's really good.
I had his wife in class, and she teaches in Chambersburg now. History teacher, Betsy Rawhouse. Moyer, who was the tennis coach, Jim Moyer. But
Terry Beagle was always my tennis coach.
Yeah. He would be old. Even older than me. He was old. You were a tennis player in high school?
Yeah, my last 2 years I played. Yeah. They had my sports then, but they got it all renovated now. Well, they renovated the whole district after I was done.
They now have water too? They now have water in the district.
Oh yeah.
Because a while back they were having water problems.
That was a problem. We get on school board.
All right. I'm going to be up off the stool a bit because this viewpoint, I only see half the field. I can't see the other half of the 50-yard line, so I'll be up and about.
Test 1, test 2, test 1, 1, 2.
And can you hear me, Mike?
I can hear you good.
Okay.
Just want to try the music here.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football.
Broadcasting.com.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football.
On MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Brought to you by
I'm going to make a quick
100% local.
All right.
Come to the right place for local banking.
It's going to be live when you come back, all right? So watch what you say.
Okay, you're going to start off with
No. Yeah, I'm going to be live. I haven't started yet. I'm just going to second to hear it.
you're going to start off with a series.
Yeah. You got time. We're good.
Of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet. Tonight's Chambersburg Trojans game.
All right, I'm going to go live. So let's see if we can hear it on this.
That's what they go by now? Well, they always
Yeah, Central Dauphin School District has two schools.
Well, I know.
Either is interchangeable. Either one.
is Chambersburg Trojans football
on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet. Tonight's Chambersburg Trojans game is brought to you by F&M Trust. They're in the community and 100% local. Come to the right place for local banking. Member FDIC. Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. RE/MAX Premier Executives Agent Lois Baer. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. Klein Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit kleintours.net for complete tour schedule. Now, with the play-by-play, here's Gary Klein and Mike Berger.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for logging on to the F&M Trust Sports Network and MidPennBroadcasting.com on GameTimePA.com. Tonight, it's live Friday night football here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at George Speed Ebersol Stadium in Harrisburg. I'm Mike Berger along with Gary Lang, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. As tonight, it's the 1-5 Chambersburg Trojans versus the CD East Panthers. So tonight, it's getting close to the wire. Chambersburg Trojans only have 4 games total counting tonight. It's getting in that mid-pen schedule where you're going to make the playoffs or you're going to think about next year. And unfortunately for the Chambersburg Trojans, it's been a very rough season. They actually were able to win last Friday night at Mifflin County. They were able to win 20-0 on a wet, soggy Friday evening in Lewistown. And the Chambersburg Trojans looked really good. They had some big sparks as front of their defense. Hunter Leedy looked really well, was able to make a lot of his pass completions. But unfortunately, a lot of stuff has happened in a week's time. Tonight, Coach Mark Saunders has been suspended for 1 game. Mark Elka will be the acting head coach. Mark is part of the coaching squad for the season, and he's going to take the helms for tonight as head coach duties for Mark Saunders. That's been quoted his behavior was unrepresentative of the Cassius athletic department. So that's the reason why he is not here tonight in Harrisburg to watch his Chambersburg Trojans take on the CDE's Panthers. So for Gary tonight, like I said, it's one of those games where it's homecoming. CDE's Panthers are a good squad. They're 5-1. They've had a lot of competition this year where they faced a lot of tough teams where they thought they should lose and actually have won. They have a great defense, good explosive offense. So the Trojans tonight, they have their hands full.
Well, they put it together last week with a decent offense and an outstanding defense. They maintained ball control, and on defense, Mitch Holler and Colton Brookins led the way. They were very good on defense. We'll see if Chambersburg can control the ball tonight. In Chambersburg, it could be raining. But we have a dry field and a chilly night up here at Landis Field in Harrisburg. The field looks good, looks fast, and hopefully the rain will stay out of the way. Unfortunately, some of our fans may be down in Baltimore to watch the Orioles win their first game of the new series down there.
So. Yeah, head of operations Gary Klein is actually down there enjoying first playoff game since 1997 for the Baltimore Orioles. So I'll keep my comments to myself and hopefully he enjoys tonight's contest. But like you said, it could be a rough one down there. When we come back, we'll talk about tonight's game. Get you ready. It'll be a fun night tonight. We got Chris Eckstein doing our video feed for you on GameTimePA.com, and we'll be right back. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Hello. Okay, people, here's your chance to come clean. Been punished? What did you do?
I backed into a tree.
I got dinged at the mall.
I hit black ice, then a parked car.
And your punishment was?
They raised my auto premium.
Here's how to stop the punishment. Get Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. With Rate Lock, you'll get a low rate that stays low, even if you file a claim. You're locked in until you change cars, drivers, or your address.
Oh.
Which means when you call on us, you'll feel like you're supposed to feel. Relieved.
For complete details or to get a seriously good quote, call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie. Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Friday night football here on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. It's week 7, hopefully for the Chambersburg Trojans. It's a lucky 7, as tonight they're taking on the CDE's Panthers. Panthers 5-1, Trojans 1-5, and we can talk about all night long what has gone wrong with the Trojans. But let's focus on some good things that happened last week against a victory against Mifflin County. Mifflin County was a squad where it's had their struggles as well. The Chambersburg Trojans, you could tell as soon as the game started, they were on a mission. It was homecoming night, and usually you kind of get frustrated. You're the visiting squad, and you kind of figure they're picking these homecoming games where they're thinking they're going to beat you. Well, the Trojans proved them wrong. Their total offense was outstanding, 320 yards, which really on a powerhouse Mid-Penn team, you wouldn't think that's really that great. But when a Trojan team's only averaging 174 yards at total offense through the other 5 games, that's pretty darn good. Hunter Leedy was 12 for 17, 160 yards, had a touchdown for himself, able to find the hole right through the wickets, be able to get some key yardage. Zach High, we said his name a lot last Friday. He had 80 yards, and Darius Johnson also had 72 yards. So, Gary, it was a great week last week for the Chambersburg Trojans, and I think they need to forget about what happened during the week with the coaching suspension. And you got some breaking news before the game tonight. You can tell everybody as well.
Well, yes. Well, first let me comment about the nice balance between passing and rushing last week. Zach and Darius, they had about 150 yards rushing, and Hunter had 106 yards passing. So, the defense could not key on one item of the Trojan attack. Now, the Trojan game is going to be a little bit different this week. We just found out that Hunter Leedy is out with concussion, so the quarterback duties are going to be handed over to Deshaun Moore tonight. He's a junior. He's had some game experience, but he'll come up against a seasoned Panther team, and we'll see if he can hold it together for the Trojans.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Seasoned Panther team. As far as the defense, Brandon Hickerson, Rooks, 30 tackles, 11 for a loss. So it's going to be a challenge tonight for the quarterback for Chambersburg Trojans, as they're going to have to figure out ways to keep it up, keep the momentum alive from last week's victory. When we come back, we'll get you ready for Friday Night Football. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
You're listening to Trojans Football with Gary Klein and Mike Berger on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
But I've been forgotten, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Tonight's pregame show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agents serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street, Waynesboro. Gary Lang along with Mike Berger here at Speed Ebersol Stadium, a very nice field here. It's just kind of like the Challenger Trojan Stadium. And if you're on GameTimePA.com, you can see the Challenger Trojans are gathered together, pumped up, getting ready for tonight's contest. Gary, a sparse crowd on a homecoming. I know the weather is kind of iffy, but right now it's not too bad for football.
It's football weather. It's about 50 degrees at game time. Slight breeze. I see some of the flags on the one goalpost moving, but not the other. The crowd is kind of sparse tonight, even the home crowd. So maybe they don't have to say in football weather.
That's exactly right. Maybe they're at home getting ready for the ALCS or shopping for a pumpkin or a Halloween costume. I'm not sure what's going on, but definitely a small crowd tonight. But small crowd or big crowd, whatever the case is, it's a big game for both teams. The CD East Panthers are looking to get positioning to get ready for the home stretch for their games. Get ready for definitely probably power play rankings as far as a playoff berth. Challenger Trojans have 3 games after tonight. They travel to Carlisle next Friday. We'll have that game for you here. And then they have 2 remaining home games, Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley. It's always a treat to see those traditional powerhouses in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth.
Let me tell you a little bit about East's offense tonight. They have 2 quarterbacks, both at about the 50% mark. Jihad Niebauer, 30 out of 61 for 343 yards. And Justice Jacobs, 22 out of 44 for 374 yards. So they have a good balance at quarterback. Running back Joe Lamella, 367 yards so far. And quarterback Niebauer adds 244 to the running game. Their big threat on receiving is Javante Elam. 22 catches.
And ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. So a wonderful job by the marching band of the CD East High School. Also, they did their high school song, and we're ready for football as both teams are going to the 50-yard line to shake hands and figure out who's going to get the ball first. Chambersburg Trojans coming in tonight, victory that they desperately needed, losing their first 5 games and then winning last week 20-0.
I was at the game 2 weeks ago, Mike, at Trojan Stadium, and they played very well in that game, and that was probably a harbinger of last week's victory. Although they seemed to lose big 2 weeks ago, they were in the game most of the game and played very well. Showed good offense and a good defense.
Yeah, and that's definitely a key. If it can bleed into the next week's series, that's definitely what you want. Bleedy, who's not in tonight's contest, really looks sharp in some of his passes, finding the play and executing it, able to find different receivers. We were talking about different players last week. Zach High, a huge game, 80 yards. Darius Johnson, that's 72 yards. Really able to do both. Good job from the safety side. Sam Blevins, he had 2 interceptions. Colton Brookins and Mitch Haller, they've had a great year on the defensive side. A lot of tackles, a lot of loss of gains. So let's start it off here. Looks like the CD's Panthers will have the ball first.
Kicking off for Chambersburg, number 19, Nazir Taylor. And who do we have deep back for the Panthers, Mike? Can you make that out?
We go through the window here, Gary. It looks like Evan Pierce, number 3, is back there. And we have not the best view, but we'll do our best tonight. As you can see it on GameTimePA.com. And here we go. And a little squib kick by the Trojans. And number 4 for the Panthers, Darian Livingston takes it. And he's tackled around, still on his feet, looks like around the 44-yard line as we get this game underway.
Okay, Chambersburg trying a bit of trickery, but the ball was easy to pick up by number 4, Livingston. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers on their own 45. And let's have a great game tonight, Mike.
Yeah, and Justice Jacobs, he's in there tonight. And he's one of the catalysts as far as the offense, as the Panthers are splitting their offense. They're on the side. They got 2 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. And the handoff immediately goes to, we'll see, we'll get a number here, and he's tackled by the Trojans, a couple-yard gain. And it's going to be 25.
Joe Lamel.
And Joe Lamel, he's had a good year so far, 367 yards, one of their key running backs.
Pick up 6 yards on the play, Mike. It's 2nd and 4 for the Panthers.
And the Panthers once again get their offense set on a 2nd and 4 opportunity. Motion on the right side. That's Evan Pierce. Quick throw. And looked like it was incomplete, but they're going to say it's a catch there. It's a successful catch.
Elam, number 5, made the reception.
So Elam. Panthers have a lot of different weapons on their team. So that's what the Trojans need to do. They're going to have to figure out.
They've been splitting the receivers to both sides of the field.
So shotgun formation, motion, right side. And again, a handoff, and it's mishandled. And let's see who has the football. Looks like the Panthers recover. It's going to be a 2nd down. So good job by the front line by the Chambersburg Trojans. And that's going to bring up a loss of yardage. Going to be 2nd down, 16 yards to gain here. Just getting underway. 10:28 here.
We have a flag on the play.
Justin Jacobs, the quarterback for the Panthers, looking around, seeing what's going on. It looks like
illegal participation. Too many men in the huddle before they decided which 11 they're going to play.
That's a penalty you never want to have. So Jacobs shotgun, waiting for the football. He gets it. He's looking left. He's feeding over to the right side. Fires a pass, and it's incomplete. It's in a receiver, Javante Elam. And the Trojan defense, they did that last week, able to really spread it out. And it looks like they know what's coming, and that's what's really been effective here, and also early on.
Okay, 3rd and a mile here.
Mifflin County only had 4 first downs the whole game last Friday night. So Jacobs waiting for the shotgun, gets the ball, and it's thrown immediately. Looked like it was close to be on the ground, but they said it's caught. And Elam with the reception. It's going to be 4th down territory, 4th and 14. You would think they're going to punt in this situation as the Trojans go back.
Punter is number 2, Quentin Smith.
And Darius Johnson's back there. Johnson, he's definitely been one of the plus sides for the Chambersburg Trojans here. Good on the offense, makes some good runs, and helps out on the defense as well. And here's the punt. And it's mishandled. Looks like, curious if he touched it or not. It looks like it did not.
Lucky break for the Trojans there.
Yeah.
But,
Gary Irvin there for the Panthers able to get it. And it's going to be a challenge for Deshaun Moore, the quarterback for the Trojans here, as they're going to have the ball on the 4-yard line.
Well, we were fortunate that Chambersburg did not turn the ball over. I thought the kick returner may have touched the ball, but it apparently bounced by him.
Yeah, they got very lucky. And this is the same type of turf the Trojans have. It's one of those fancy AstroTurf types. So Sean Moore, first play, and trying to find somebody to get a couple yardage, and instead looks
more like a rugby scrum there, doesn't it?
Right. Looks like a 2-yard loss.
Our cameraman tonight, Chris Eckstein, providing you with maybe a better view than we have.
Definitely, and doing a good job zooming in because it's very close. They're in deep in their own territory. The Panthers, they have good defense. I mean, we talked about Brandon Hickerson Rooks, 30 tackles going in tonight's contest. Alondo Holmes, 34 tackles. And here's Moore again, and he's trying to find somebody, feed it off to, and looks like it is.
It looks like a turnover, and the Panthers have scored.
So a turnover and all kinds of confusion on the field, and they're saying that the Panthers recovered and scored a touchdown, and the Panthers are on the board here, 8:44 mark, 6-0. So Moore, first of all, had trouble as he had the ball on their own 4-yard line, and the defense is too much as the Trojans are already in a 6-0 deficit. So the Panthers will go for the extra point. And it's good. And the extra point is good for the CD East Panthers, and they're on the board 7-0 here at the 8:44 mark. And with that, we're going to take a break. Early on, first quarter, CD East 7, Chambersburg 0. We'll be right back. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30
on midpennbroadcasting.com.
Back here at Speed Ebersol Stadium, Gary Lang along with Mike Berger. Thank you for joining us tonight. Panthers are on the board, 6-0. Or 7-0, excuse me, as the Chambersburg Trojans now has the football. And Darius Johnson with the catch. He goes around the 25-yard line down the middle of the field. And let's hope the Trojans have a better success rate here than their previous possession.
A little bit of field position for the Trojans. About an 18-yard run back there for Johnson. With a 1st and 10 Chambersburg with 8:38 remaining in the first quarter.
So for the Trojans, they're playing a tough team. They're 5-1. They want to keep it a low score as possible to try to stay in this ball game before halftime as Deshaun Moore gets the Ball under center. He takes it himself and gets tackled by a couple Panthers.
Like a short gain on the play for Moore, but he escaped the rush, and the time was for him to run. Apparently got pulled down from behind.
And right away I can notice by looking at the Panthers on the field, they got some big guys. They're fast. And the Trojans, they got their work cut out tonight. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, ball on the 26-yard line. Moore under center, looks left to right. One receiver on the right side, motion. And now a feed to Johnson. He's spinning and turning, goes nowhere. Maybe even a loss of a yard.
An inside handoff, misdirection on the play, but did not fool the Panthers.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Trojans. Crowd's filled in a little bit more there on the home side. It's homecoming tonight, so we'll have an extended halftime.
Chambersburg band is missing tonight. We always enjoy that Chambersburg band.
Cheerleaders are here, though, so they can entertain the visiting crowd. So Moore waiting for the football. He springs over to the right side. He's trying to find somebody, and immediately is tackled hard by number 52, Makee Moore, 220 sophomore. And again, another big guy. They got some big guys in the front with speed, and Moore's going to have to quick react because he's going to be in trouble.
About a 5 or 6 yard loss on the play, so it brings up 4th and 17 for Chambersburg.
The Trojans will have to punt the football, hoping for a good punt. Right now, it's not raining, and the wind is not a factor. And here's the kick. And it's a good one, a nice high one by Johnson. And it's caught by Evan Pierce, and it's going to be around the 45-yard line in Trojan territory.
Well, that catching or fair catching of the ball, or catching and kneeing right down away, it saved the ball from rolling further for the Panthers. So they have great field position on the Chambersburg half of the field. They are on the Chambersburg 46. Receivers split to the right and left.
So CDEs looks to add more to their lead. Trojans adjusting their defense, figuring it's going to be a pass play. Motion now to the left side. And Jacobs, quick pass over to Deshaun Polar. Polar's on the right side from the 20 to the 15, tackled out of bounds. Looks like around the 18-yard line.
Mitch Holler on the defensive play for Chambersburg.
And the Panthers are in the red zone looking for more. They're hungry, Gary. They want to score here quick and fast.
Swing pass and very successful, and a speed back on the reception.
Justice Jacobs, quarterback, 5'9", senior, 165-pounder. They got a good amount of seniors on this squad. So they're looking to try to get far here in the 2014 campaign. So Jacobs feeds over quickly to the left side to Joe Lamel. And Lamel's tackled by a host of Trojans.
Now, does Lamel have a bit of speed tonight?
Yeah, they're fast.
Big pickup. We have about, 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
So a little over 6 minutes. Still plenty of time here in the first. Trojans are hoping for a big stop here. As the Panthers have a receiver far on the right side. Jacobs under center, waits for the football, gets it, and decides to feed it down the middle to number 25, Joe Lamel. Joe Lamel gets a couple yards. Trojans did a good job adjusting there on the front line, able to keep it only a few yards. And it's going to be, looks like 3rd and 1 on the 8-yard line. So Scott McClure, coach, running offensive duties tonight. Mark Elko acting as the head coach. Was a JV coach for 4 years. Trojans now waiting for Jacobs to make his move. And again, wants to Lamel. Lamel powers him side to the left side. He charges in. Touchdown, CDE's Panthers. And the Panthers are up 13-0. So the Chambersburg Trojans are having a hard time, Gary, stopping Joe Lamel.
Yes, they have. He's had positive yardage this entire first quarter. His quarter's still young, but he's been running well.
We still got 5:17 to play here. So the quarterback for the Panthers, he's going to hold the football. And the kick is good. So now it's 14-0. CDE's Panthers and Trojans, they got their work cut out to get back in this game. We'll be right back. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
A full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Your home for Kelly Sports.
And we're back here, live action in Harrisburg. Trojans have the football. Darius Johnson, he gets around the 26-yard line.
That ball was bouncing around dangerously. The receiving team has to pick it up and make some progress with it.
And for the Trojans, they're in trouble as, they start the game. Deshaun Polar recovered the fumble in the end zone. They get the Trojans down early.
Well, they're 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Chambersburg.
So Moore barking out the plays, waiting for the football. And he feeds it to Darius Johnson on the left side, and he's immediately tackled by 3 Panthers. Looks like it's going to be a loss of yardage, a couple yards.
Chambersburg running east and west instead of north and south tonight, Mike.
Yeah, they're looking. For the Trojans, you got a quarterback that has not started for you all season. They're trying to adjust and figure something out, and for them, they're already in a hole. They got to try to recover. So 4:38 here, first quarter.
Let's see what they have called. Quarterback in shotgun position.
Motion left side, waits for the football, and attended feed for Johnson, and it bumbled, and then Moore was able to recover, and more yardage is lost. A little confusion there on that play. So Tyshawn Pollard, we were trying to find who had that. It was a big scramble there in the beginning of the game. He's the one that forced that fumble to get the first 6 for the Panthers. And now the Trojans are in a 3rd and 21 situation with 3:52 remaining here in the first.
The defense has been tough so far for the Panthers.
And fast. Here comes Moore. He's wrapping around the right side, and incomplete pass. And the pass was intended for, looks like 8 Chris Canode. And they're going to have to punt the football. This broadcast is brought to you by F&M Trust. It's home equity season at F&M Trust. Great time to rake in big savings with some of the best interest rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at fnmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. Darius Johnson with the kick, and it's bouncing the Trojans' advantage way. They keep watching it roll, and the Panthers just watching it. And finally, Trojans touch it. The ball comes to a stop around the 42-yard line.
One of the benefits of the AstroTurf for the punter is you get a good roll. You don't have the friction of the grass to slow it down as much.
And for the Trojans, they're going to need a lot of breaks like that. Let's try to figure something out here as Panthers are looking good here. Panthers are officially 5-1, 3-0 in the Mid-Penn. Central Dauphin, CD East, all.
Now, you said officially. Are you sure that's official? Could it be unofficial?
It's official in my book as the pass from Jacobs over to Miguel or Joe Lamel is incomplete. That's the first time we've seen a pass to Lamel. Tonight's been a lot of running, finding some holes, getting some yardage. Has been very successful thus far.
Now, screen pass attempted by CD East. And they've had good ball position all night.
Yeah, you definitely can tell they're a team that's going to put some points on the board. You're going to have a great defense to stop this offense. Motion right side, and interception immediately by the Chambersburg Trojans, and it's going to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Chambersburg. And the Trojans, number 17, Boaz Pogue, puts the Trojans right back in this ball game.
That was about a 40-yard return on that interception.
So just like that, it's a game of momentum. You never know what's going to happen. And Pogue, he was waiting for it. It's like making a steal in basketball, going for the slam dunk. Boaz Pogue.
He was off to the races. 3:12 left in the first quarter.
Boaz Pogue, 12 catches, 90 yards going in tonight's contest. That should get the team pumped up here with 3:12 still left in the first quarter. And the kick is no good. Yeah, it was blocked. But for the Trojans, even though the extra point is no good, they got to feel good about themselves. Boaz Pogue has just got them back in this contest. The coaching staff's pumped up. Players are pumped up, and we'll talk about it more right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
And the Chambersburg Trojans are right back in this contest. Nazir Taylor with the kickoff. And the Panthers will get the ball. Number 15 with the catch, Brandon Hickerson-Rooks.
He caught it on about 30, brought it back about another 13 yards. So, again, outstanding field position for CD East.
And back to that last play, the Trojans were looking lost on the offense. A lot of lost yardage plays, and Boaz Pogue, he just read that beautifully. That pass from Jacobs, and he was able to run it in for the score for the Trojans. So let's see what the Panthers do after that score to get the Chambersburg team back in. And it's a nice feed to Quentin Smith, the 6-foot senior. He gets a couple yards.
Number 2 on your program.
And number 2 got a couple yards. And the Trojans defense, which they've played so well, they've had a lot of good spots throughout this year. Even though 1-5, really you wouldn't think that's the case. But the likes of Mitch and Colton, they've done a great job holding the teams with making them earn these touchdowns. So Jacobs gets the ball from the shotgun. He goes around and looking for a long pass intended for Quentin Smith down middle of the field around the 20-yard line. It's just over his head. And the Trojans got a lucky break there. Looked like Smith was trying to find his opening.
Yes, but the receiver is a bit open, but just could not catch up to him.
Yeah, there was a good coverage by Sam Blevins. He's great out there. I mean, he plays center field like the best of them out there, safety position. And he was reading that, and for the Trojans break, just a little too high. So now we got 3rd and 7. This is a big play early on in the game. Trojans want to hold him right here as Jacobs fires a pass, and it's incomplete for the big guy, number 11, Travis Crummy, 240.
Pass looked good, but he just dropped the pass, so Chambersburg catches a break here and brings a 4th down for CDs. They will have to punt.
And Crummy, he's 6'3". I bet you he's on the basketball squad. And he just wasn't ready for that pass. He was running downfield. Jacobs fired it in. And when I said big play, this is a chance for the Trojans. They stop them here. Looks like the Panthers are going to punt and get Trojans hopefully a good field position here with about 2:51 left here in the first. And there's a high booming kick by CD East, and they're going to let it bounce. This time it is CD East Panthers' favor as number 40 Wendell Banks touches it. So the Trojans, they'll have the football here, and we'll see what Deshaun Moore can do with it.
Ball on about the 16-yard line. Again, Chambersburg starts deep in its own territory.
Thank you again for listening or watching us tonight, watching and listening. You have your options now. We have all. Gotta love technology. 10 years ago, you couldn't say get on your smartphone and watch us on your iPad. So thank you for that.
Thank you to our sponsors also for bringing this to you.
As we're here in Week 7 action. Good one here so far in the first. As Moore, he goes looking to feed it to somebody and does. It's going to go to Zach High. First time we said his name tonight. He had a big game last Friday against Mifflin County.
Yeah, he had 80 yards rushing last week.
So he got 3-yard gains, 2nd and 7. Greencastle's home tonight against James Buchanan. Greg Hoover, Mike Montadora has that call. Greencastle's been struggling a little bit. They're still over 500, have a good record coming in here Week 7. And now a feed over to Carter Edmondson. He immediately is welcomed by 4 Panthers. He's tackled. And now a flag. Looks like a little too much on the tackling side by the Panthers, 58 especially.
Yeah, the Panthers, as we used to say, they were giving him the business.
They were giving him the business, a little too much business, and that's going to cost them. 58, Londo Holmes. Man, they got some big guys, Gary. Londo Holmes, 250, another senior. We're on the visitor side, the Chambersburg side, you hear the claps. It's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be a good one. That's going to guarantee Trojans a first down.
Is that their first down of the game?
Yeah, I believe it is. Trojans scores from a Boaz Pogue interception. It's going to give them a first down. Ball on the 35-yard line.
A little bit better field position for Chambersburg at the moment.
That's what you want. You don't want to be backs against the wall in your own territory.
Quarterback under center.
In motion now looks like a fake feed. Now he gives it to Darius Johnson. He tries to feed in the middle, and he's welcomed by number 40, Wendell Banks.
Looked like he was going to break through the line for a good gain there, but CD, they are quick, and they are big.
And that's the problem. When you have a quick defense, you got that front line that's quick. They can react. That's when you're going to have to mix up your offensive game. You're going to have to throw some passes. You can't rely on that running game right down the middle, left, right, because they're going to be waiting for you. So now we got 2nd and 10. No yardage on that play when Johnson received the feed for Moore.
CD has about 7 or 8 in the box.
So Moore, he's trying to find somebody immediately, gives it over to Zach High. Zach High, big guy as well. He was able to be like a freight train last week and able to charge through Mifflin County. He was able to get a yard or so here, and now we're under a minute here in the first quarter.
Yeah, High has carried about 40 times so far this season, but his yard per gain is not that high.
So for the Trojans, 3rd and 9. They want to get a play here, get a first down hopefully, and then start the second quarter fresh. As Moore, shotgun, waiting, gets the ball. He's going to try to take it himself. Maybe not the best move as he couldn't find nobody. And the big guy, 49, A.J. Perez, 275 junior, tackles him down. Lost of yardage, and the Trojans will have to punt, and they'll have to do it in the second quarter. So tonight's been an interesting one here at Speed Ebersol Stadium. The Chambersburg Trojans are right in it, and we're going to end this first quarter. CD's Panthers 14, Chambersburg Trojans 6. We'll start the second quarter right after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
And South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust.
The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on midpenbroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House.
And we're going to start the second quarter here immediately. The officials are ready to roll with this. The Trojans are going to have to punt the football, and the punt is a high one. And it's caught around the 45-yard line, Trojan territory.
And the pile moves forward about another 5 yards.
Yeah, so the kicker for the Trojans, Nazir Taylor, he's been good this year. He's been perfect on the extra points, 6 of 7 for field goals. A good punt there, a high one. Unfortunately, it's going to give some good play for the Panthers.
He did miss his first extra point tonight, though.
Yes, he did. So officially, like you said, officially, coming in tonight's contest, he was perfect. But now he's 4 for 5. And the CD East Panthers are ready for business here. Early on here, second quarter, immediately they go into Lamel. And Lamel, maybe a couple yards.
Short gain on the play. Chambersburg had it well defense that time.
Lamel had a touchdown there at the 5:17 mark in the first quarter. So Panthers 14, Trojans 6, and still no rain. We had a lot of rain coming up here. Stopped when we got close to Carlisle, and maybe it'll hold off for tonight's contest. And I'm sure the Trojans and the Panthers don't want no wet grounds. Motion left side. Jacobs waiting under center. He feeds it, and he gives it to 25. That is Lamel again. And this time he found a hole, able to get some yardage, and it's going to be a good one, about a 6-yard gain. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Hogue, I think, on the play that time.
So what the Trojans want to do is keep it here. They did a great job last week holding Mifflin County to only 4 first downs. Stifling defense. No points scored. But this is a different team. This is a tough one. As Jacobs pointing his right foot up, wanting motion, now feeds it from shotgun. And the Trojans are after him in a blitz. They're trying to find him. And Jacobs is spinning around, still spinning. And now it's intercepted once again. And this time it's number 52, and he's going to the 5, to 10. He's still going. He's touchdown, Trojans, Miles Prexton. And the Trojans are only down a point. And the Trojans, what a great job.
The quarterback was scrambling and trying to get rid of the ball, but he made a soft pass and a quick interception by Chambersburg.
So Chambersburg, 2 interceptions for scores. That's how you get in a contest. If your offense is struggling, heck, let's let our defense do the talking. So Nazir Taylor, he's going to try the extra point, but looks like there's a timeout. As CD East, they want to talk it over. They want to understand what happened on that last play.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened? And we're going to take a quick break here. Trojans knocking on the door to tie this one. Now, be down only by 1 point. It's CD East 14, Chambersburg 12. We'll be right back on the Mid-Penn Sports Network on GameTimePA.com.
Great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
If you're Miles Braxton, you're smiling from ear to ear after a 55-yard interception return with the help of some unbelievable blocking by the Trojans. And the Trojans are only down 14-12.
And they're going for two.
And they're going for two. That's the right move. Let's see if they can tie the football game. And the pass is incomplete. But still, for the Trojans, you got to make that move. You're down by two. It's just beginning of the second quarter. That's the chance of getting right back in by tying the contest.
Okay. Chambers back in the game and a pumped-up defense. In fact, the pumped-up team on the sidelines there, Mike.
Yeah, the Trojans are definitely pumped up. The crowd was on its feet here on the Vissing side as Miles Braxton. Talk about reading plays. They were just ready. Jacobs was scrambling. There was a couple missed tackles. Could have been a huge loss of yardage if he was able to get tackled down. Instead, he threw a forced pass, and Braxton was waiting for it. And he runs 55 yards here. And we're just over 10:07 here in the second quarter.
We'll have Taylor to kick off for the Trojans.
So the Trojans want a good defensive play here as far as keeping it very close.
Taylor has not been kicking the ball deep so far in this game.
And Taylor, another little kick, and it's mishandled by the Panthers, and the Trojans are saying they got it. A little squib kick bounced around the 50-yard line, and the Trojans do have it. So good recovery by the Chambersburg Trojans, and everything's going the Chambersburg way right now.
And they're on the CD East side of the field, starting their drive.
So a mishandled kickoff by the Panthers, and the Panthers.
Is that their third miscue so far?
Miscue, and Aaron Blanding, the head coach for CD East, he's not happy. I'm sure he is not happy. So the Trojans, let's set the stage for you. The ball on the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Chambersburg. And Deshaun Moore under center waiting motion, and he's going to look for a feed instead. He's going to try to find someone to pass to. A risky pass right down the middle, and 49 for the Panthers. A.J. Perez, very lucky. He was right there. Actually had touch of the football.
That was a dangerous screen pass there, Mike.
Yeah, Moore, he wanted to feed it. Instead, he rolled to the right, trying to find somebody for a quick short one. And it was a risky one.
Hey, but Chambersburg still on the CD side of the field with the 2nd and 10. And they are in this ball game.
So CD East mostly on the front line on the defense. They're going to try to rush the quarterback more. They've been pressuring him all night. And another feed to the Trojans. Looks like the Darius Johnson maybe a yard or two. And it's going to be 3rd and 10.
That big and fast defense of the East is, they've been controlling the Chambersburg offense most of this game.
And the defense
has
been unreal. Talk about reading the play, being at the right place at the right time. And Mason Deshaun recovered that onside kick. So a lot of players definitely key. And there's a good nice completion from Moore over the 81, Jacob Malego. And now will be a 1st down Chambersburg as they'll move the chains and set it up. And Moore looking for a nice pass there on the side. Malego able to catch it. Good grab.
Catch and run.
That's how you do it.
10 yards, 1st down, Chambersburg.
For the Trojans, that's all they got to do. Execute their plays. If they can execute their plays, they'll be in good shape tonight. So Moore, he calls the signs. He's waiting for the football. He's going to feed it to Johnson. Johnson, maybe a couple yards. And the offensive line for the Trojans, they're making those holes for the running backs, trying to find somebody open.
But the linebackers for East, they're closing quickly and making a few of the tackles. Chambersburg comes to the line. We have a 2nd and about 8 for this play.
So Mason Deshaun, talk about great jobs by individual different ones tonight. As Moore looking for a pass down the middle. It's a rifle. But it's a mishandled catch for an incompletion.
Yeah, snap was a little bit high, but he brought the snap down and made a good pass, but the receiver just dropped it.
Yeah, attended receiver Sam Blevins. Blevins had a good game last week. 8:23 here, second quarter. And it's going to be a 3rd and 8. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Empty backfield.
And Moore goes back, shotgun looking for somebody, fires it and almost intercepted. Jihad Nebeyer, he was there waiting for it. Man, if he would have had that, he would have been gone to the races.
We'll see if we can see if Chambersburg can pin back East deep in their own territory.
Greencastle up 9-0 early on against James Buchanan. They just got a safety. Thanks to Sean Michael. He's doing a Twitter feed tonight on Game Time PA. So the Trojans, looks like they're going to punt the football, and the punt by Taylor's a nice one. Let's see what kind of bounce it takes. Takes a Trojan bounce. And Deshaun Polar, he's trying to find a hole, and the Trojans are ready for him. So good job by the punting team for the Chambersburg Trojans. Nice high kick. Had some good yardage.
Good coverage, too.
Good coverage.
And East is pinned back deep in its territory. Are they inside the 10-yard line? I can't see the spot there, Mike.
We're going to have it on the 9-yard line. And want to remind you, this broadcast is brought to you by Mobile Deposit from F&M Trust. With Mobile Express Deposit, you can use your smartphone camera to point, click, and deposit checks anytime. FNMTrustonline.com, member FDIC. Panthers with the football, 1st and 10 on their own 9-yard line. 8:06 here, second quarter. Jacobs trying to find Lamel. And Lamel is corralled by a host of Trojans, but good yardage as that's going to force a first down.
Sticks, yes.
So move the chains.
Lamel, gosh, he has over 400 yards so far this season. He's probably close to 50 in the first half.
So Lamel, we talked about in the pregame, is one of their key weapons in the offense. 367 yards coming in tonight's contest. So we got a fresh set of downs. Panthers and Jacobs looking again for someone, and this time it's going to be Joe Lamel again. And he goes 40, 45, 50, and finally tackled by the Trojans out of bounds. And that's going to be another first down for the Panthers.
Student body sweep right.
So Jacobs able to figure out what the defense is going to be for the Trojans, finding a good run pattern for Lamel. Lamel able to get a lot of yards, and now the ball all the way to the 43-yard line.
They started on their own 9. They've moved that up quickly.
Yeah, great punt for Chambers for Trojans. Let's hope it doesn't come to waste. Jacobs a feed. Looks like Lamel once again, and this time he goes nowhere. Trojans were able to toughen up their defensive line there. Tackles by number 40 and 42, respectively, Mitchell Holler and Kyle Beisel. So we'll get you ready for halftime here. We got 7 minutes to go. Gary will tell you our word of the night. We'll keep you.
You could win a trip to Redskin football game
right.
on a coach bus.
The way things are going, hopefully you're an Eagles fan and wins that. It's 2nd and 12. Jacobs going shotgun, now rolling over to the left side. He's trying to find a hole. There's a flag on the field, and the intended receiver is caught, number 5. It's going to be Javante Elam, but there is a flag, and let's see what it is. There's a host of flags. Gary, what did you see on the field there?
I see a lot of laundry in the field right now.
I see a lot of laundry, too. And definitely the band's playing, but they don't realize all the flags on the field. The referees are conversing.
I saw CD Player elated, but he may have his bubble burst.
It's going to be a hold.
So instead of a 58-yard touchdown pass,
it's going to be offsetting penalties. They're going to redo it. They're going to replay 2nd down. A hold on the Panthers and a penalty by the Chambersburg Trojans.
Was that a late hit on the quarterback?
It looks like that's what it is. They're going to call it offsetting, and they're just going to redo it like it never happened. Elam, that was a good catch by him. He leaped up, caught that, looked like he had a touchdown, but for no avail.
That's why he's the leading receiver for East. Yes, very athletic.
So Jacobs, he's going to reset, figure out what he wants to do on this play. Deshaun Polar here on the far left side. I think he's going to look for him. In fact, he's going to go short pass to Lamel. Lamel missed tackle by the Trojans, and Lamel's still on his feet. He goes midfield. He goes to the 50, the 45, down around the 43-yard line. And a key missed tackle by Boaz Pogue. If he would have had him, that would have been a good play. But instead, it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Panthers.
Missed tackles, defense did not hold on that. So 1st and 10, Panthers. And the ball's now on the Chambersburg side of the field, the Chambersburg 43-yard line.
So the Trojans, who had the CD East backs against the wall on their own 9 to start this drive, has now got the ball all the way to the 43-yard line, Trojan territory. And Jacobs looking for Lamel. He loses the football. Does the Chambersburg Trojans have it? There's a huddle, a scramble, and the referees are saying, they're going to say it is Chambersburg Trojans football. And it's number 4.
No, that's a 4th turnover of the night.
So 4th turnover. We'll see who has that play. Once again, the Chambersburg Trojans defense has been unbelievable. A+ so far.
They've been giving up some yards, but they've been playing very tough on other plays.
So exactly right, Gary. 4th turnover of tonight. Early contest. We're only in the first half.
Yes.
Sure there'll be some talking in the Panthers halftime.
Ball at midfield.
So Moore, he wants to give Trojans some more offense to talk about, and he hands it to Zach High. And he able to get a couple yards. Strong. Zach High's a very strong guy.
CD East was trying to rip the ball out of his hands, but he kept moving forward despite being corralled early. Picked up several yards on the play.
So this story for the Trojans thus far has been key plays. Sloppy offense by the Panthers. Eagles, you're only down 2 points. 14-12, second quarter, 5:24. Moore waiting for the football. He hands it to Darius Johnson. He mishandles it. He fumbles it, and they're saying he's down. So unfortunately for the Trojans, though, he did fumble the football. Luckily for the Trojans, he's down. And the Panthers basically right back where they started.
He had a clear path, but missed handoff there by Chambersburg.
So a missed handoff equals a turnover for the Trojans. Hopefully that's not contagious. The Panthers have had 4 turnovers, and now...
Yeah, ball in Chambersburg 48. Let's see if we can hold here and, go into halftime with just a 14-12 deficit.
Yeah, I think the Trojans would be happy the way everything's going so far here in the first half going into halftime. So let's see, as you're looking on GameTimePA.com, close up on the feed from Jaheed Niebuyer. He's now taking quarterback duties, and we talked about that in the beginning of the game. They like to mix it up.
Yeah, Lamel in the carry there, just a short gain, maybe about half a yard.
And Niebuyer, 30 of 61 so far coming in tonight's contest. 6 touchdowns, 343 yards. Or in your favorite number, Gary, number 7.
Number 7, Mickey Mantle from Commerce, Oklahoma.
There you go.
The Commerce Comets. 2 Yankee fans in the booth tonight.
And proud of it. Unfortunately not in it, but that's another story. 4:40 here, second quarter. And Jacobs now goes over, and it's like another feed. Looks like Lamel, once again. Lamel's had the football a lot tonight.
There's another 15-yard gain by him.
Yeah, he's had a lot of big gains. Eagles first downs.
It almost looked like he ran past the handoff, but he controlled it and, made 15 yards on the play.
So Coach Aaron Blanding going with Jahad Niebuyer here for this series.
Now, is he a Red Sox fan, or is he just wearing Red Sox?
That's a guy I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him after the game. Niebuyer, quick pass left side, no good. Over to Evan Pierce.
That had big yards written on it, but connection was not made.
It's all about the big play. If you can execute, you're going to make magic happen. But for Panthers, they've had their chances, but unfortunately, Trojans are locked on their defense tonight.
4:10 left in the second quarter.
So the quarterback, Jahad Niebuyer, He's ready, set, hike, football, looking. Trojans are ready for him. As now a pass complete.
No.
Incomplete. It was intended for the receiver out.
Down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that was Quentin Smith.
Drop ball again.
Smith's had a couple plays there. And once again, the Trojans, they're missing some of these tackles. They could, they've had Jahid Nebar in all kinds of problems, trying to roll to the left, trying to find somebody, and fortunately for them, the passes have been incomplete.
Ball about 34-yard line. This could be 2-down territory for the Panthers.
Trojans adjusting their defense, waiting for Nebar to get the football. He fires down the middle, looking for Evan Pierce, and it's wide to the left.
Close.
Not even close. Good defense for the Trojans. They had 4 in the backfield. They knew it was going to be a long pass. 4 minutes on the button here in Harrisburg tonight. 14-12. Panthers lead.
Chambersburg playing tough, playing tight. Let's see if they can stop the Panthers on this 4th and 10.
So for the Panthers, they're taking their time. Both teams still have timeouts remaining. In fact, the Panthers have all 3 timeouts. I'm sure they want to take their time and think how they're going to carry this play out. And Niebuhr with the football. He's looking for a pass, and he completes it.
Down around the first down marker.
Javante Elam. Good footwork by Elam, able to stay in bounds with the catch, and then he falls out of bounds. It's going to be a first down. So now the Panthers are really in business. They can really take their time. They got 3 timeouts and 3:49 and ticking to go here in the first half.
Great athleticism on the Panther side of the line. Shotgun position.
The Trojans are thinking another pass, and it's a quick one and over the head of Joe Lamel. Lamel needed a step ladder for that one, Gary.
It looked like it could have been a lateral, but it was just called an incomplete pass.
So the halftime, we'll have the homecoming tonight here, so it'll be extended one.
Would that have been something had it been called a lateral and the Trojan picked it up and took it the other way? It's been a very exciting play. One we don't see too often.
No, we don't.
2 interception returns for Chambersburg tonight. Big night for the defense.
Offense spread once again for the Panthers. And Niebuhr looking for Lamel down the middle. Again, over the head. Trojans were waiting for him. Sam Blevins was out there, the end zone area.
3rd down and 10 with 3:25 left in the first half.
All the passes that Niebuhr's been throwing has been high. Just out of the reach of the Panthers. And I think if he was on the money for some of these, they would have been definitely successful. So big play here. 3rd and 10, 3:25 here, second quarter. Niebuhr barking out the calls, gets the football. He's looking for somebody open. And again, over the head of Evan Pierce, and that's going to go 4th down.
We have to remember these are high school players, not college players, not pro players. So they don't have their the game fully developed yet. They work hard, but they're misfiring a lot of these plays.
So we're thinking Panthers going to hit a field goal here.
It'll be about a 37-yard attempt.
Or do you think they're going to go for a field goal? We'll see. Sometimes they do a little trickery. I remember this team over the last couple of years. So the Trojans are anticipating anything may happen here. And it is a fake. As Justice Jacobs takes it himself, he has nowhere to go. The Trojans are still trying to get him. He's now scrambling to the left side. The Trojans are chasing after him. Now he passes and finds a wide open touchdown for the Panthers. Number 25, Lamel, Joe Lamel. And man, the Trojans, they had their chance. I figured it was the way they were positioned. I figured it was going to be a trick.
It looks like a fake, yes.
So Joe Lamel, his 2nd touchdown of tonight's contest. And just like that, it's a 20-12 deficit for the Chambersburg Trojans.
He was all alone in the end zone. And of course, that play, that was a long play, probably about a 20-second play.
22nd play, and the whole team was chasing after Jacobs. And unfortunately, Lamel was wide open there on the left side of the end zone waiting for the football and was able to make the catch, and 7 more points are on the board. It's now a 21-12 contest. So we'll take a break here. Trojans down 21-12 to the CD's Panthers. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger, Gary Lang here. Major pressure by the Chambersburg Trojans on Justice Jacobs, but unfortunately he found an opening to Lamel, and now the Panthers are up 21-12 as the Panthers kick it off, and the Trojans will have the football on the 20-yard line. And Gary, what happened on that play?
Wow, it was we had suspected there could be a little bit of trickery involved. Chambersburg, they're just not fast enough to run down some of these Panther players.
Yeah, we noticed that in the first part of the game. Panthers definitely have speed, and speed's going to get you eventually. The Trojans, they've had some key interceptions, mishandling of the football by the Panthers, but when you have speed, you can do a lot of things with speed. And for that, Jacobs knew he had some players on the end that was going to find an opening. The Trojans were after him. Unfortunately for Chambersburg, 6 points, and now 7's on the board. So the Trojans going to try to do something with 3 minutes left here in the first half.
I was on a 4th down play also.
4th down. And you just knew it. I just knew it the way it was positioned. They were not going to hit a field goal there. I only know the guy was kicking. I'll have to look here if he's even a field goal kicker. He might have been on the 4th string team.
I'll pick about 3 yards on the play for Chambersburg.
So it'd be 2nd and 6.
We have Hoover wide out to the right.
And the quarterback for the Trojans, Caden Hoover's in the contest. He's now the quarterback. And he has a nice feed over to Joshua Honorat. So Joshua Honorat, 5'8", junior, gets some good yards. It's to be a first down.
A sticks move again for Chambersburg with 2:24 left in the first half.
So the coach, Mark Elko, tonight acting as the head coach for Week 7. Mix it up a little bit. As
we thought that was going to be a pass play. And
Hoover, the freshman, he scrambles to the left side. He's trying to find somebody open. And it was a intended receiver on the far side, 81, Jacob Malego. And that's one thing, Gary, we talked about last week. Trojans are young. They can get development. Coach Saunders said on a pregame interview a couple weeks back, now you're in that instructional time frame. You got to get the players to understand the game, get them ready, confident, and then who knows, next year could be a different story.
A little bit of experience under their belt and their seasons.
So Hoover, waiting for the football shotgun. He feeds it to 27, Carter Edmondson. And the Panthers are waiting for him. Number 1 and number 49. 49 there with the stop, A.J. Perez. And 1:58 here.
Clock is stopped on the play.
Clock is stopped. Both teams have the timeouts. And while we take a break, we're going to tell you about F&M Trust. Bank wherever you are with your smartphone. Transfer funds, pay bills, more with the F&M Trust mobile app. Details at fnmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC.
Located on the square in Chambersburg and other multiple locations. F&M Trust, a bank in Chambersburg for many, many years.
So the Trojans want to talk it over, and they have the right to. They still got a minute 58.
3rd and 9.
Make a good execution play. Get another first down. Anything can happen. Nazir Taylor, he's been a great kicker this year. So maybe they get a chance to get in the field goal territory. Let's see what happens here if you're watching on GameTimePA.com as it's zoomed in on the players, trying to figure out what they want to do as the quarterback freshman Caden Hoover's in.
Empty backfield.
And they're looking to blitz the Panthers. Hoover's looking. He's scrambling to the right. He finds a tentative receiver, number 18. Darius Johnson still on his feet to the 35-40, knocked out of bounds around the 37-yard line. Short of the first down, a couple yards, and now some decisioning by the Chambersburg Trojan coaching staff.
Nice completion, and give both players some confidence.
So officially it's going to be 4th and 3, 1:52 here remaining first half. And the Trojans are going to punt the football, and that's probably the smart move.
But they must get a hold on this series of downs.
Yeah, definitely a good punt is key. And here's the kick by Taylor. It's a nice one. Let's see if it takes the Chambersburg bounce. It does. It lands around the 35, still rolling to the 30, around the 29. The Trojans will touch it, and the CDE's Panthers have a long way to go if they want to get some points on the board here to end the first half.
Excellent punt, good coverage, no return. So the Panthers have a long field with a short amount of time.
Panthers have 2 timeouts remaining. Panthers tied with Central Dauphin Rams, both 5-1. Carmen Valley 4-2 this year so far. Harrisburg 3-3. Usually don't see that too often. Harrisburg known to have some good squads. Carlisle.
Now, did Harrisburg beat Cumberland Valley 6-3 earlier in the season?
Yeah, there's been some crazy scores early on in the season, some upsets. Cumberland Valley's had some struggles this year. So here's the Panthers. Let's see what they can do at 1:38 to go. Quarterback Jahid Niebuyer trying to find somebody open on the right side. He finds the intended target. It's made the catch, and right away, Jacob Malego there with the tackle.
Pick up about 8 on the play.
Catch made by Evan Pierce. And the Panthers are looking at the coach saying, what should we run? What should we run? The Trojans are getting their defense ready. As Malego out there playing safety. And another quick pass, this time to Javante Elam. And that's going to be a first down with 1:06 here in the first half.
Stops the clock temporarily while they move the chains.
So now the clock is running, and the Panthers are trying to run for another score. As Niebuyer, he's looking again for Elam. He makes the catch. He goes out of bounds. Smart move. Stop that clock for the Panthers. And it's going to be close to another first down.
Yeah, he was looking for the sideline. I thought he could have looked upfield a little bit after that catch.
So
but it does stop the clock with 51 seconds.
And Elam, who had 22 catches, 294 yards coming in tonight's contest, has good hands, able to catch the football. A lot of good receptions so far. And now the linesman throws the flag. I don't know if you can hear the Chambersburg coaching staff yelling offsides.
Well, the CD lineman was only about a half a yard offside. It wasn't very far offside, but I guess it was just enough to get the attention of the Chambersburg coaching staff and the official.
So a penalty for CDEs, not what they want here. 50.2 seconds. That is 2nd and 2. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, plays like that, they can make a difference in the game. Instead of going for a short first down, it makes it quite a bit longer.
And the Trojan defense spread out, looking to see. They're anticipating a pass. Niebuyer with the football. He's looking to pass. He's looking right side, and he finds Tashawn Polar. He's over to the 50, the 45, down around the 44-yard line. And immediately it's going to be a first down, stop the clock. And we're probably going to have a stop and play as Panthers want to use another timeout with 41.5 seconds left in the half. Don't forget Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on midpenbroadcasting.com every Thursday night at 7:30 from the John Allison Public House.
So we can attend ourselves, Mike?
Yeah, why not?
Who hosts that program?
It's a bunch of guest stars. Whoever's there available on Thursday nights. Mike Montador, Gary Klein usually, and they preview each week's upcoming games, talk with players, coaches, reporters, and you're invited to join the conversation. Email your questions and comments during the show at chalktalkmpb@gmail.com. And that stands for Mid-Penn Broadcasting, if you were curious. So send a question, and they would love to talk to you.
Or if you want to go meet Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro and just chat with them in person down at the John Allison Public House.
Maybe they'll even sign an autograph. You never know. 41.5 seconds, 21-12. CD East leads. It was 14-12. Trojans got it within 2 until Lamel was able to get a touchdown, make it 20-12. So Niebuhr, he's looking again for a pass there, slant right over to Evan Pierce, and Pierce is out of his reach. So we go from Justice Jacobs, Gary, in the first quarter, now to Jihad Niebuhr.
The receivers just need slightly longer arms, and they would be making a lot of catches.
And now it's going to be 2nd and 10, 38.2 seconds. Panthers still have a timeout left, as it seems like that this quarter's been dragging a little bit the last 4 or 5 minutes. So Lamel right next to Niebuhr. Lamel's shooting out right. Instead, Niebuhr takes it himself, 40-35. He's still on his feet, and he's tackled with a flag on the ground by the Trojans' 21, Joshua Honorat. And it could be a face mask penalty on the Trojans.
Quarterback had a wide open field there, and Chambers had trouble running down.
So let's see what kind of face mask it is, the 5-yard or the 15-yard variety. It's going to be a first down. We know that. And it's going to be a 5-yard face mask penalty. So with the first down, we're going to add 5 more down the field to start a fresh set of downs with 27.7 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And the clock is running.
So the clock running, under 20 seconds here. Let's see what the Panthers can do. Niebuhr looking right down the middle. He finds number 2, Quentin Smith. He runs in 5 into the red zone. Touchdown, Panthers, as he goes right in the end zone easily. He was wide open. And Smith puts another 6 points on the board. And it's now a 27-12 Panther lead.
Breakdown in the Chambersburg defense on that play. And, wide open offense for CD East, and they found the open receiver.
So now 27-12.
We said they needed a hold earlier, but they just could not get that hold.
So extra point getting ready. Looks like Arton Demiri. And it's good. Extra point good by the Panthers. Now they lead the score 28-12. Seems like 3 years ago it was only 14-12. And we'll talk about the last couple seconds left here in the first half right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Your home for Franklin County sports. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Gary Lang along with Mike Berger as the Panthers scored here, closing seconds of the first half.
Another touchback on the kickoff there, Mike.
So Quentin Smith, like you said, Gary, that was a breakdown in the defense there. It looked like Smith became open, able to get the catch there, goes from the 10 to the 5 to the end zone, and now it's 28-12. That's probably where we're going to end up here going into halftime.
Who do we have in as quarterback?
Looks like Hoover's going back in. Caden Hoover, he was the quarterback the last series. As Hoover, 12.9, depending on what type of play they make, could have a chance for a couple plays here.
Trip receivers, right?
And Hoover shotgun, gets the ball. He's looking like he has nowhere to go, and he gets tackled. Loss of yardage. And let's see who got that. That was 49. A.J. Perez, 275-pounder. Gary, how would you like that? Big 275, 6'11 coming after you.
Nimble on his feet.
Nimble on his feet, and that will end the first half here at Speed Ebersol Stadium. The CD's Panthers lead 28-12 over the Chambersburg Trojans. We'll have our halftime show right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidpenBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidpenBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidpenBroadcasting.com.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidpenBroadcasting.com.
You're looking at the middle of the field. It's homecoming night here at George Speed Ebersol Stadium, as the CD's Panthers have a comfortable now, I would say it's pretty comfortable now, 28-12 lead. Trojans made it look interesting there, had it only 14-12. Deficit was only at 2, but unfortunately for the Trojans, some breakdowns, lucky breaks, I would say, for the Panthers finding somebody open. And for the Trojans at halftime, Gary, they got to figure out a way to adjust and maybe get some lucky bounces. They got some interceptions there in the first half, and I mean, I wouldn't say their offense is really clicking. Those interceptions have really helped got them close in the game, but now it's kind of falling apart.
Yeah, with 10 minutes left in the first half, they were just trailing 14-12. So the defense has been good, and the defense has been not so good.
Yeah, the defense have had their moments of excellence. We've talked about that throughout tonight's contest. And as far as the scoring, Deshaun Polar was able to force a fumble. He's for the CD's Panthers there to get the Panthers on the board at the 8:44 mark, make it 6-0. It was 7-0 with the extra point. Joe Lamel. Panthers have a lot of good weapons. We talked about the different folks that can get the football. They have the speed. They have the strength. Joe Lamel made it 13-0 with a 9-yard pass at the 5:17 mark there in the first quarter. Extra point good. 14-0. But here comes the Chambersburg Trojans. Boaz Pogue. Boaz Pogue, we said his name a lot this season. He's the 6'1", 208 senior. Was at the right place at the right time, able to get a laser pass by Justice Jacobs. Justice Jacobs was a quarterback in the first quarter for the Panthers, and Pogue was able to get it. He read the pass beautifully, ran in, and the Trojans were only down 14-6. Extra point was no good. And then going into the second quarter, CD Panthers East had the ball, and Miles Braxton able to run in for 55 yards at the 10:07 mark there in the second quarter. He was running, and there was nobody near him. You could tell he was determined to get into that end zone. He made it 14-12.
Two big, long interception returns for Chambersburg. One about 40 yards, one about almost 60 yards.
Yeah, almost 60 yards, 55 officially with Miles Braxton. And then the Trojans had another chance. Mason Deshawn mishandled was a offsides kick. They were able to take advantage of it. Deshaun was able to recover, and unfortunately, Trojans weren't able to do anything with the football. And then here comes the Panthers. The Panthers, the 3:05 mark, really turned so far this game around. They had an opportunity to go for a field goal to add 3 more points on the board, and heck, it would only be 17-12. Even if it was successful, they decided to fake. And major pressure on the defense for the Trojans. They were trying to go after Justice Jacobs, the one that had the football. He threw it over to Joe Lamel, and Joe Lamel was able to get it to make it 20-12. Joe Lamel was on the way in the corner here on the left side of the end zone.
Quarterback was scrambling all over the place. Chambersburg just could not tackle.
Yeah, they could not tackle. A lot of missed tackles equals a 6-pointer for the Panthers. 20-12, extra point good. 21-12. And then another touchdown here at the end of the first half. Quentin Smith with a 28-yard score made it 27-12. Their extra points have been good for the Panthers. That was good again. So here at halftime, it's 28-12. And for the Trojans at halftime, the coach tonight, Coach Elko, has some talking to do. Mark acting as the head coach tonight as Saunders suspended for tonight's contest. I'm sure he's telling the squad we got to make some adjustments, figure something out to try to get back into this contest.
East has turned over the ball 4 times. Chambersburg was able to make immediate benefit of 2 of those turnovers, scoring touchdowns on the interceptions. And even with the 4 turnovers by East, Chambersburg trails big 28-12 at halftime.
And what we'll do after our next break, Gary here is going to tell you some very exciting news. The chance to win 2 tickets to a Washington Redskins Philadelphia Eagles game. We'll talk about all the details right after these messages. It's halftime here. 28 for the Panthers, 12 for the Trojans. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacement, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
But I hadn't been forgotten, Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. So the Trojans are down 28-12 to the CDE's Panthers. You're looking live on GameTimePA.com. Chris Eckstein has us zoomed in, looking at the homecoming festivities, and you look over across the field. It's, I would say, kind of a disappointing crowd, wouldn't you, Gary? I mean, it's
a
not.
sparse crowd. It's a football weather night tonight. Maybe they thought the possibility of rain would have some effect, and they chose to stay home. But kind of a small home crowd for CD East.
Never listen to the weather, man.
Hey, a few of the Chambersburg stalwart fans have attended, and they're sitting on the visitor side of the field. We thank them for their devotion to the Chambersburg football team.
And we've waited, and you've been patient, and Gary's going to tell you about an exciting promo we have on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Yes. How would you like to win a trip for two to a Washington Redskins home game? All expense paid on a charter bus. No muss, no fuss. Pickups in Greencastle, Hagerstown, Frederick, and all you have to do to win, the only thing you have to do to win is to enter the contest and hope that you are pulled. Now, how do we enter the contest? Well, first let's write down the word of tonight. The word tonight is cheerleader. You heard it here first. Write that down, cheerleader, because after I finish this spot, I want you to go to your computer and enter the contest. And there are winners. Winner each year. 2 years ago, Dolores Patton of Greencastle won 2 tickets to see the Redskins. I don't remember who won last year, but
you have good memory. 2 years ago.
Yes. Well, she was a Chambersburg High School
Okay.
teacher. That's how I recall that. Yes. Okay. Now what do we do? Well, to win 2 tickets, you have to go to midpennbroadcasting.com. You register. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer, and enter the word or phrase cheerleader. And the winner is going to be announced on Friday, October 31st at halftime of our final regular season game. You should also follow Mid-Penn Broadcasting on Twitter, like us on Facebook, visit us online from your mobile phone at www.midpennbroadcasting.com. So write down that word cheerleader, and let's go to your computer now, because you're on the computer. And let's go to midpennbroadcasting.com briefly, enter the contest, and be back with us shortly. Okay, back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Gary, for that. So good promo we like to do every year, and lucky you get the right keyword of the night. It could be you on December 20th. A nice, warm charter bus.
And even if you don't win the contest, KleinTours.com runs some great trips. I know this next week they're going down to, aren't they visiting South Carolina, Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, that's always a good time. Myrtle Beach, see some shows, get some feastings, and
I think there's two different choices at Myrtle Beach, whether you go to a country show or maybe a Christian show. So there's two great choices there at Myrtle Beach and an easy ride on Atlantic Coast Charters via KleinTours.com. Klein Tours also runs trips to baseball games. Now, baseball regular season is over. You may want to go next year. Some great trips to New York, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Washington. No muss, no fuss, just an easy trip, and you'll enjoy that.
All right, so it's halftime here. It's 28-12. CD's Panthers lead over the Chambersburg Trojans. When we come back, we'll talk about some first half stats you'll be interested to know. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
When you're ready to break away from the routine and step into a hassle-free world of fun and adventure, Klein Tours is the partner you need to make fantasy a reality. For more than 20 years, Klein Tours Incorporated has taken care of all the details for people traveling from the four-state region of South Central Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, and Winchester, Virginia area. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-day tour to the bright lights of New York City or the fun and excitement of Atlantic City, we've got you covered. And we offer special bonus packages so you can get more for your hard-earned dollar. Klein Tours is not only your source for major sports events and tickets to Broadway shows, we also offer multi-day air trips to destinations like Las Vegas and New Orleans. Subscribe to our newsletter for travel updates, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Our online travel center features real-time availability and purchasing is easy. Tours can also be reserved by phone at 717-597-5997.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger with Gary Lang back here at Speed Ebersol Stadium, Landis Field. CD's Panthers 28, Chambersburg Trojans 12. And they're just wrapping up halftime, getting ready for the third quarter. No score at Camden Yards right now. Royals and Orioles. Now bottom of the first, no rain. Everybody was kind of worried about the rain. They said it's not going to happen now. The heat of the rain until after midnight. So, but with baseball, who knows? It could be only the fifth inning by then. But
Yes.
I mean, we've had some long games that you've been watching. Been exciting. So we'll see what happens in that series tomorrow. It's the Giants and the Cardinals. And so some four teams trying to make magic happen.
Hey, no word on who the homecoming court queen and king are here at CD East, but maybe you'll be able to read that online tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a nice ceremony they had. They're always nice. They had trucks came around the.
Trucks. People are supposed to be riding in convertibles, Mike.
I saw that last week. It was convertibles, but
Yes.
I guess they like the trucks here. They were nice trucks though. Okay. So let's go over some stats there in the first half for the CD's Panthers. Justice Jacobs had 80 passing yards, and Jihad Niebuyer they shared the quarterback role there in the first half. Niebuyer had 72 yards. Both had a touchdown thrown for a score. Lamel, we talked about Joe Lamel, 63 yards on 11 carries. And here's the big stat for you, Gary. CD's Panthers had 224 yards of total offense. the Chambersburg Trojans had negative 20.
Well, that's going in the wrong direction for Chambersburg.
Yeah, it's not good. If you're going to win contests, you gotta be in the positive.
Chambersburg had over 300 yards last week in their big victory.
Yeah, so the Trojans got to get back on the field and concentrate on what they can do. They had some big explosive defensive plays in the first half, and hopefully they got to get the offense ticking, or this game is going to be a long shot to try to win tonight. We'll get you ready for the third quarter after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacement, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
But I've been for Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Getting ready for the third quarter here at Speed Ebersol Stadium. CD's Panthers 28, Chambersburg Trojans 12. And let's go over, we have a couple scores from around the region. Gettysburg leads Kenner Dale 57-13. Littlestown 35, Hanover 12. It's halftime at Northern. Shippensburg and Northern tied at 7. And Bermudian Springs 17, DeLone Catholic 0. And we'll try to get you some other scores, especially the Greencastle James Buchanan, during our broadcast.
This has been a long halftime, Mike.
Well, it's always exciting and long when they have homecoming, so
Chambersburg ready on the field to kick off, and the Panthers have been taking their time.
Yeah. So the Trojans are going to have the football to start the second half, and got to put some points on the board. You're down 28-12. After you were only down 14-12, Panthers came right back and was able to score 2 consecutive touchdowns. So for Darian Livingston's ready to kick the ball for the Panthers, and here we go to start the second half for the Chambersburg Trojans. They have the football around the 20-yard line and still on his feet and finally tackled.
That's a good sign. Good field position. About a 25-yard return for Chambersburg.
Yeah, and it looks like Zach High with the return. So great job by Zach. Like you said, stayed on his feet and shot to get as many yards as he can. I mean, we have a total offense and a negative.
Yeah.
You got to get some good field position.
Yeah, he was running north-south with that kickoff return.
So it looks like Hoover is remaining the QB. for the Chambersburg Trojans. He's under center, and he's looking to pass. He scrambles left side, and he's looking for the attended receiver, Jacob Malego, and it's incomplete.
Was he stumbling, or did he get a little push on the back?
Yeah, look, a little bit of contact there. 25, Joe Lamel. That's what I love about high school football. You have Lamel, he runs for 63 yards, 11 carries, 2 touchdowns. You know what? I'm on the defense, too.
Yes.
So
I wonder if he plays special teams. Some of these players don't get off the field all night.
That's right. So for the Trojans, it's now 2nd and 10, ball on their own 43-yard line. Hoover calling out the play, and he's looking to feed the football. Immediately,
Did he call his own number?
Looks like Carter Edmondson, maybe a yard or two. It's going to be 3rd down already for Chambersburg. 11:30 here remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching GameTimePA.com, Chris Eckstein doing a great job there, zooming in as you're seeing the play there. The ball officially on the 45-yard line.
And we thank our sponsors for bringing the game to you on your computer. So visit your sponsors and thank them for bringing you the game.
So Hoover now, he's trying to find somebody open, and he finds the intended receiver, Zach Kai. He's on his feet, 45, close to the 50-yard line midfield. Not going to be enough for the 1st down, but it's going to give a chance for the Trojans. Maybe if see what they want to do, they probably going to
kick it away. Hoover was being pursued by 4 defenders there, and did get the ball away, did complete it, but not enough for the 1st down. It was positive yardage, though, so Chambersburg put 6 yards in the positive column on this drive.
So the freshman, Taylor, waiting for the ball. He kicks it. Nice high kick. And in the backfield, Tashard Polar, he's going to let it bounce. And maybe he should have took it as it goes the Chambersburg way. As finally it stops. And Cody Kunkelman touches it. And the Panthers are deep in their own territory here to start their first possession in the 2nd half.
A synthetic turf roll for Chambersburg. The Panther receiver was thinking about picking up the ball, but wisely let it go by so he wouldn't fumble it.
So let's see who's doing the quarterback duties in the 2nd half. It looks like number 7, Jihad Niebauer. Niebauer, he did a good job there 2nd half, able to increase the lead for the Panthers. And Niebauer spreading the offense. Defensive line spread for the Trojans, looking for a pass. And now we see some movement. The umpire sees it right away. The referees convene, and they're going to call it on the Panthers.
A little bit of movement in the offensive line, probably the left side of the line.
Yeah, as soon as the umpire throws a flag, it's 98% it's on the offense. So that's going to go back 5. 1st and 15 on the 4-yard line. And the crowd on the Chambersburg side, let's go defense. They know that the Panthers got a little pressure here. They only got 4 yards of wiggle room to try to do something with the football. The Trojans ready to go after them. Niebauer with the ball, immediately throws it to Travis Crummy. He catches it around the 9-yard line, gets 2, falls down out of bounds.
Nicely designed play there. A little crossing pattern on the right side of the offensive formation. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers.
So it's 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. And the Trojans are hoping for a stop here. And it's a feed down the middle. Looks like it was Lamel. Couple yards on the carry. It's going to be to the 16-yard line.
Player down on the play there. Looks like a Trojan down.
So
could be number 52, Miles Braxton down on the play. He made that big interception return.
Yeah, 55 yards.
Yes. So we have a timeout on the field while the trainers tending to the down Trojan.
And the timeout gives us a chance to adjust our broadcasting equipment as our batteries run a little low on our laptop.
Now here's a question for you.
I'm ready.
We see the officials on the field. How many officials are on the high school football field, and what are they called?
Well, you quizzing me? You put me on the spot?
Well, yes. Weren't you a licensed official at one time?
Several years ago. But it should be officially 5 out there.
Okay. Do we have
A back judge, you got a linesman, you got a line judge, you got a referee, and you got the umpire.
Okay.
Did I pass?
Well, yes.
Well, you're right. Previous career, I helped out. And football it's a hard sport. You may, those quick reaction plays, we've seen them tonight, first half. You got to be ready when you have, Miles Braxton running 55 yards. You're watching for blocks in the back. You're watching to make sure that play is a real one at the end. And we saw one tonight for the Panthers. They had a pass made in the end zone, but the flag brings it all the way back.
Any thought of returning to the football field in stripes, Mike?
No, I think I liked this being a spectator here and able to provide coverage to our fans listening or watching it online.
Okay, well, you do a nice job broadcasting. So I was just quizzing you to find out what your intentions are.
It looks like you're right, Gary. It was Miles Braxton, 52. He's doesn't look good if you're watching on GameTimePA.com. He's being helped by a fellow player and a trainer.
Are you going to be at Carlisle next week, Mike?
Yes, I am. And hopefully you'll be listening and watching as well. Okay. You might even be there. You haven't got your official assignment yet, but we'll see. All right, let's set the stage here. 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. As Niebuhr, he throws a long bomb. It's going to be over the head of Javonte Elam. Been the trend tonight, Gary. A lot of high passes.
Was that number 22 for the Trojans?
22.
Eckert on the coverage.
Rashad Eckert.
Step for step. Hey, that was a good hold for Chambersburg. Brings up 4th down for the Panthers. And Chambersburg will get the ball back, hopefully on their side of midfield.
Yeah, well, 4th and 16, you don't see any trickery, I wouldn't think, on this type of play. Trojans are waiting for the punts. Number 84, Sam Blevins. And also should be Johnson out there, 18. Waiting for the kick. And the kick is Quentin Smith. It's a very high one. And it's going to bounce the Trojan way. Man, what happened there? To hit a bird up top?
Well, it was about a 12-yard kick.
And that kind of pumps the team up. You got great field position here. And we'll see what the Trojan offense can do as Caden Hoover comes out.
They're on the right side of the field twice in a row now here to start the second half. Let's see if they put some points on the board.
So let's see what Hoover can do here, the freshman for the Chambersburg Trojans.
It's a 2-score game.
Hoover, he's looking for somebody downfield, and he throws a risky pass, and looks like there's some interference. The intended receiver was Jacob Malego. He was around the 20-yard line. He was surrounded by 4 defenders and lots of contact, and that's a big break for Chambersburg as the referees are going to march that football in Chambersburg's favor.
Now, pass interference on the high school level. It's not the point of the play. It's a yard penalty, isn't it?
Should be at the line of the scrimmage, and they're going to go 15. And it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Chambersburg Trojans. So the chain crew's going to set it up on the 13-yard line, Gary. This is a golden opportunity to do something here. So what the ball was on the 28 now, the Trojans are knocking on the door. And then red zone territory, Hoover waiting. He's going to feed it to Darius Johnson. He makes a couple spin moves. He's still on his feet, and he's finally tackled down by the Panthers. Number 52 with the tackle, Mahiki Moore.
Could you say that again, please?
Mahiki Moore.
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
220-pounder sophomore. And Johnson, good footwork.
Positive yardage again for the Chambersburg Trojans this half. They're at about the 12-yard line?
Ball is on the 12-yard line. 8 yards for a first down. And the rush is coming for the Panthers. They're trying to do whatever to get some lost yardage. Maybe a yard or so on forward progress by Hoover. Perez there with the tackle. We'll see how generous he got. 2 yards from that.
A 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 for the Trojans.
And the field goal is an option. It gets you to 28-15.
Play clock down to about 12 seconds right now.
So here was pretty exciting start of the second half. 8:12 remaining here. Hoover under center, waiting. Motions to the right. He still has the football. He's trying to find somebody open, and the Panthers are waiting on him. Maybe a little too late. Hoover throws a pass, and that's going to be a penalty. Nobody in that area. That's going to be an intentional grounding. That's going to be a loss of down, make it 4th down. And the officials are figuring out the position of the football. Hoover scrambling. He was in the wrong area of the field. All his receivers on the other side. And it's going to be a loss of yardage. That's the worst penalty you can have. Loss of down, lost yardage.
Yes.
So let's see what the Trojans decide to do here. Nazir Taylor, 6 for 7 with field goals this year.
Quarterback was running right, and he's a southpaw quarterback.
So we'll look at the positioning here if you're watching on GameTimePA.com. There is Johnson moving to the left. Hoover waiting for the football. He's waiting to pass, and he passes it. It goes over to Blevins.
Takes it down about the 17-yard line, but not enough for first down.
Yeah, it might have been too many. That would have been a long, pretty good field goal. They would have attempted for that. So they made a good move as far as getting at least a completion, getting some yardage to get the Panthers in a situation where they got a lot of yards to gain for a score. The ball, it's on official on the 18-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:50 here to go, 28-12 CD East.
From the trivia department, Eric Jacobs is the all-time Chambersburg distance leader in field goal with a 47-yarder. Hello to Eric. He may be listening in from Tokyo, Japan tonight, where he's working.
So here a feed to Lamel. Lamel's still on his feet. 25-30. He's not going down, and finally around the 38-yard line, Caden Hoover had to help with that.
Sweep left. He gained about 22 yards on the play.
So there was a miscommunication there. Lamel, he's a big guy, strong, stayed on his feet.
Leading rusher for East. I think he knows something about football.
Yeah, I would say so too. So Lamel, he's a senior. This will be his last year for the Panthers. Ebar, and he hands it to Lamel again down the middle. He's going nowhere. Great defense by the Chambersburg Trojans, able to convene, knowing where Lamel's going to go, and he might even lost a yard there.
That's a positive sign. Chambersburg holding, but they still need some points on the board to win this game.
So it looked like it lost a yardage on my vantage point, but
maybe they gave him forward progress.
So I would say a very generous spot by the officiating, and it's going to be 2nd and 9. 6:40 here, 3rd quarter. Niebuhr, quick lateral pass to Evan Pierce. He catches it. He goes, wraps around the right side. Trojans still don't have him. It looks like a Swiss cheese defense there, finding a lot of holes. As finally falls down and falls around the 47-yard line.
Looks like Chambersburg had him stopped in the backfield, but
and we've seen that a lot tonight, Gary. A lot of missed tackles.
I think I heard the PA announcer calling Mitch Holler on the tackle.
And Mitch Holler, he's had a lot of tackles. In fact, he's one of the leaders on the Chambersburg squad coming in tonight's contest.
Well, hello to Peg and Bob Holler, Mitch's grandparents.
Holler's had 64 tackles coming into week 7. Niebuhr getting the long snap. He decides to take it himself. He's still on his feet to the 40, to the 35. He runs midfield still. Chambers are trying to get him now 20, 15. He's still walking around, looking around, nobody in. Touchdown, Panthers. And it's a big one.
53 yards on the quarterback keeper.
So at the 5:35 mark, Trojans had the Panthers against the wall. They had a lot of yards to get any scoring here on this drive, and once again, speed, Gary.
Speed. Big play for the Panthers. 53-yard run. Chambersburg was not making their time.
And it wasn't a straight run. He was all over the football field.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he was making his diagonal. He was at full speed.
So a 53-yard run by Jaheed Niebuyer. And the extra point is good. And now it's 35-12. CD is starting to pull away. And at that, we'll take a break. It's 5:35. CD's 35. Chambersburg 12. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Back here at Speed Ebersol Field, Chambersburg Trojans have the football. Darius Johnson with the catch from the kickoff. Good run by him. He gets knocked out of bounds around the 45-yard line as he takes it on the left side, goes through several Panthers, and Chambersburg Trojans have decent field coverage here as far as trying to get back in this contest down 35-12.
What a big turn of events. Chambersburg was knocking on the door. They failed on fourth down, and the East quickly struck back and got the touchdown. That was a quick 14-point swing.
And it's nice to have a quarterback, Niedbauer, that can go, around 6 tackles and able to run the football. Good speed, misdirection, and equals 6 points, extra point good, and the Trojans are trying to do something now. Hoover, with the snap, finds Malego, and there's going to be a flag. He catches the football. He falls out of bounds around the 48-yard line.
Looks like the East defender was trying to take the player's helmet off.
Well,
is that legal, Mike?
You can't do that in football.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in a backyard brawl or something, but not here. And the umpire talking to the referee, figure out.
Hoover was really pursued by 4 CD's players, and got a soft pass across and made some positive yardage. And Chip's going to go further. After the penalty is walked off, they should be in East territory on that side of the, as Wallhalger would say, that side of the midfield stripe.
So a penalty on CD East. So give Trojans a chance to get some good field position. Hoover, not sure, Gary, if Hoover now is in the contest. He's ended the second quarter for Chambersburg.
Yeah, well, Leedy is out with a concussion.
And Deshaun Moore started tonight's contest.
Yes, nowhere on what has happened to him.
So maybe it was just part of the game plan. They're going to try to split the duties tonight.
Well, Chambersburg on the march on the East, about 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, 5:13 and ticking here, third quarter. Motion right side, Darius Johnson. And now the quarterback for the Trojans, Deshaun Moore's back in.
And a turnover.
And it looks like an interception. And that was a quick one by number 4, Darian Livingston. So Moore comes in for a play and turns it over to Darian Livingston, the 5'11 junior. And now the Panthers have the football. So Trojans got to have a mistake-free football. Try to get back in this one down.
I see Dakota Maris.
23 points.
Number 50 entering the game for Chambersburg on the defensive line. 36-yard line. CD's possession. 1st and 10.
So some movement on the Trojan. Finally a flag. It didn't look like they were going to call it. Looks like encroachment 42, Kyle Beisel.
It was just a short step he took, though.
And Gary, I'm going to have to get the record books out tonight to see how many points Gettysburg scored most in a football game. They're leading right now 71-12 in the third quarter.
With the clock running, I assume.
I would hope. So now Lamel has the football for the Panthers. He goes right down the middle, and that's going to be good for a first down. Joe Lamel.
Now, was one of our fellow broadcasters, Mike Montadero, was he coach at Gettysburg?
Yes, he was. Montadero's had a lot of different athletic jobs. And he's doing the Greencastle game right now. Greencastle home against James Buchanan with Greg Hoover.
But stay tuned to our game, please, fans.
Yeah, please stay tuned here. Especially if you're watching a 71-12 blowout by Gettysburg. So here comes the Panthers on the play, as you see on your monitor. And number 2, he's out for the races, Quentin Smith.
A 52-yard catch and run.
So a quick catch and run by Smith. And right now it's 41-12, CD's Panthers.
Now that play developed very quickly. He was standing out in the flat. Nice deliberate throw. Caught it and just turned on the afterburners.
And it happened so fast, you look down your paper, you look up, and Smith is off to the races. So Nico Zervanos is going to kick the extra point attempt. Man, Gary, that was a quick play. And it all happened off an interception, and the extra point is good. And the Panthers are up now 42-12, and it's hard to believe it was only 14-12 in the second quarter, in the beginning moments of the second quarter.
Yeah, 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
So we'll take a quick break. It's all CD's Panthers now here in the second half. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger along with Gary Lang here at Speed Ebersol Field,
That's
Landis
the third,
Field.
Touchback of the game that CD East has accomplished. That put a lot of foot in by the kicker.
So a slant pass from Niebauer to Quentin Smith. He goes 52 yards to make it 41-12, extra point good. And Gary, this might be a long, maybe a quick second half.
Well, what are we going to learn from this game, Mike?
What are we going to learn from this game?
Well, they played with big boys for the first quarter and a half, and then they fell behind.
Yeah, as Deshaun Moore's back in a couple yards from the run. And it was like number 8, Chris Canode. So, yeah, there's too much CD East. And I tell you what, Niebauer, he can play some football. He can take the ball in his zone, run in.
They're a 5-1 team. They played well tonight, and I guess they played well in the past.
So Moore, another feed, and this time no yardage, maybe a yard. And it's wrapped up by Quentin Smith, who just had the touchdown. He's in defense now with a big tackle. And right away, it's 3rd and 11. Ball on Trojan's own 19-yard line.
4 Trojans out, 4 Trojans in.
So you would think now CD's Panthers will mix it up, get some folks that don't play as much into the contest.
Now, do they work as hard in practice, though, Mike? Do they work the same hours as the starters? Do they deserve some playing time?
They do if you're up 42-12, I would think. I would hope. Smith is rushed in the pass I'm sorry, Deshaun Moore. The pass is rushed and incomplete. So that's going to go fourth down.
We had number 17, Boaz Pogue, streaking down the left sideline, but the quarterback did not see him, nor did he get the ball in the right direction. So Chambersburg will be punting with a fourth down, 4th and 11.
So the Trojans unable to do anything with that possession. And the kick by Taylor is another high one. It's going to bounce right at the 45-yard line. And Evan Pierce picks it up for the Panthers. He goes right side, still on his feet. 45, around the 43-yard line, knocked out of bounds.
He is dancing with the stars tonight.
There's a lot of stars right now for the Panthers. A lot of spread the wealth, a lot of folks scoring.
They have been very elusive whenever they've run the ball, received the ball, picked up the ball.
Joe Lamel with 2 touchdowns. Jihad Niebauer with a touchdown for himself. Quentin Smith with a couple touchdowns. And the Panthers have the football.
We have the quarterback of the Red Sox in.
So Niebauer, shotgun. Waiting for the center for the football. And a good tackle by the Trojans, number 40. Mitch Holler.
Son of Mark and Melinda Holler, Chambersburg High School graduates also.
And not much Lamel could do. Holler was waiting for him.
He put on a crushing tackle. He's done that all season to the opposition. Great play by Mitch Holler.
I'm just curious if Gaysburg's going to score 100 points tonight. It's 42-12. CDE's 2:15 here left in the third quarter. Niebauer rolls to right, throws a long bomb, looking for number 3. He can't handle it. He had it right in his pocket. Evan Pierce.
That ball was in the air a long time.
It was definitely catchable.
Southpaw quarterback rolling to his right. That's a difficult throw, but he made it look easy. He threw it easily, 50-plus yards.
And Panthers they're not putting this one to rest. They're ready to score some more.
You may have heard the Gettysburg score.
Yeah. So 3rd and 9, ball on the 43-yard line. Crowd now quiet on the Chambersburg side as it's been all Panthers here in the second quarter, or second half. And Niebauer gets the football and a quick pass and a quick tackle. Miguel Bergwin with the catch. And a host of Trojans were waiting for him.
I heard Colton Brookins' name called by the PA announcer.
Colton Brookins.
We'll get to hear Chambersburg PA announcer Doug Deerdorf next week.
The clock is ticking here. And the Trojans look a little, now somebody's run out. They had too many men on the field as Panthers are just taking their time now. You can't blame them. They're figuring out different play calling. And they're going to punt the football away as a nice kick by Quentin Smith. And Gary, Quentin Smith's had 2 touchdowns tonight, and he's kicking the football.
That was one of his better punts of the night.
Isn't that amazing? Hey, I had 2 touchdowns. I punt for the team. And that bounces over out of bounds around the 8-yard line. And I'd like to remind you, this broadcast is brought to you by retirement planning experts at F&M Trust. Point your future in the right direction with smarter retirement planning from F&M Trust. Receive personalized planning with tailored strategies, face-to-face meeting of expert guidance, and ongoing monitoring with regular reports, all from local retirement specialists who really knows you. Schedule a free, no-obligation retirement review at F&M Trust today. Mike Berger, Gary Lang, 42-12. CD's Panthers lead. 1:15 remaining here, third quarter. And Moore, with the quarterback duties for Chambersburg, it's been switcheroo, Hoover and Moore. Now it's Moore, and his pass is knocked around away from the action. Number 15, Brandon Hickerson Rooks, one of the key defensive linemen for the Panthers. And it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Okay, Chambersburg, a long field. The ball's on what, about the 10-yard line?
Ball is on the 8-yard line.
Oh.
As we're way on the other end. It's now 85-12 Gettysburg. It is scored. And Moore now gets the ball, and the Panthers are waiting for him, getting him close to the end zone. Nice
Acrobatic catch.
Yeah, but it looks like it might have been out of bounds, and it is. The receiver was Carter Edmondson.
Very nice attempt by Edmondson on the play. Although he's out of bounds, he showed great athleticism. Several Trojans out, several in.
1-0 Royals over the Orioles, top of the third. So Royals and Orioles, ALCS Game 1 underway. No rain in Baltimore and no rain here. 3rd and 10. 1:08 here in the third quarter. Moore waiting for the ball. He gets it. He's looking for somebody, and again, knocked away, and he touches his own pass, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yes, he was trying to regain control of it. Had that happened, he would have been tackled in the end zone for a safety.
You're exactly right, and that's why everybody was like, no, don't do it. Big guy, 49, A.J. Perez. There he is again. He was in that play, and you're right. He could have had that. He could have been in big trouble.
So 2 passes in that series were knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
So the Trojans are going to have to punt the football.
Do the Trojans have any taller quarterback prospects coming up for next year, Mike?
Not sure. Well, definitely a youthful team, and this is a loud, booming kick. There is a flag. That's going to be roughing the kicker on Taylor. He got rocked when he kicked that football. And number 1, Tashawn Pollard, was able to get it, but guess what? It's going to come back.
He brought it all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Nice return.
Yeah, Taylor, he got the ball, and he got hit simultaneously when he was kicking the football. Too much contact. And it's going to be against the Panthers. So, little life.
Chris, can you do an instant replay for us?
So the Trojans get a break there. And they'll get a
1st and 10 for Chambersburg.
1st and 10, fresh first down from the penalty. Ball on their own 23-yard line.
Let's put some positive yards in this drive,
As Trojans were in the negative category for total yards in the first half. And a nice feed over the 24, Zach High. He runs in.
Ball up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good enough, 8 yards. Close to a first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3, and this maybe one more play, and this will end the third quarter here in Harrisburg.
Both Central Dauphin and Central Dauphin East play in this field.
And it's definitely a nice field. They have good concessions. So Deshaun Moore, he's under center. He's taking his time. He's probably he able to get the play off, and he does. Maybe a yard, maybe line of scrimmage is going to stop, and that's going to end the third quarter here at Speed Ebersol Stadium. The Chambersburg Trojans are down 42-12. Let's see what happens in the fourth quarter. Please stay with us. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidpenBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidpenBroadcasting.com.
Buddy, you're a boy,
Mike Berger with Gary Lang. Start of the fourth quarter. It's CD East Panthers 42, Chambersburg Trojans 12. As they have the football 3rd and 5 on their own 28-yard line, and a pass is complete over to Darius Johnson. He's immediately tackled.
Screen pass, maybe a loss of 1 or 2 on the play.
Yeah, loss of 1, it looks like.
Play was slow developing and never got the Trojans moving. Looks like they'll be kicking the ball here. 4th down and about 7 yards to go.
Final at Northern, Shippensburg wins 10-7.
Coach Kevin Gustafson, one of the coaches there, former teacher for the player.
So Shippensburg with a win. And the Trojans are trying to at least make this as respectable game as the punt. And it's called by Evan Pierce, and he'll stop it there around the 50-yard line.
Is that the 51 or 49 it's only?
I would say it's probably 49.
Okay, I was just checking.
But it has been a long evening, so. So final score, Shippensburg 10, Northern 7. We'll hopefully get a Greencastle score for you. So that game is in Greencastle, and who knows, could be raining down there, not sure. Looked like it could have got ugly up here, but man, it's been a nice night out here.
Beautiful night for football. New quarterback in for East.
So the new quarterback feeds it to the Panthers 24, and the new quarterback is number 12, Justice Jacobs. Justice Jacobs started the game.
Number 24, Bergwin with the carry. About 6 or 7 yards on the play.
So Gary, you would think here you're up 42-12. Just run the football, get the clock ticking, and celebrate. Two receivers on each side, and Jacobs takes it himself. And it looks like he kept quarterback keeper, maybe a yard gain. And once again, Mitch Haller there. Trojans go to Carlisle next Friday night. We'll have the game for you. It'll be on midpenbroadcasting.com. You can listen, you can watch and listen. We have it all for you. Greencastle, they actually travel to Northern, so that'll be a away game. And then the Trojans end the season with 2 home games, Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg. So the Panthers here with the football, and like I figured they're just going to run it, get the clock ticking, keep it going. 4th and 4 now. No yardage gain.
Number 25 again, Joe Lamel.
And Lamel's still in there. Lamel, a couple touchdowns, a couple fancy runs.
Big night for a lot of CD's players. It's probably been a while since we've had a Trojan punt return for a touchdown. Might this be a good time, Mike?
You never know. So they're going to punt the football. Quentin Smith, booming kick.
Fair catch, about 10 or 11 yards.
Yeah, Darius Johnson fair catches it. And the Trojans will have a chance to get a score here. So the Trojans, who won 20-0 last week at Mifflin County, they knew they have a much tougher challenge this week. It was a close game. It was exciting there in the first half, but it's too much CD's Panthers. Their offense, very explosive.
Not enough offense tonight for Chambersburg, but Chambersburg was missing its starting quarterback, Hunter Leedy.
Gettysburg wins officially 85-12.
I don't know if Gettysburg scored 85 in a basketball game last year.
That'd be a good thing to look up.
Yeah, but the most they could put up in one play in basketball is 3. Here they could put up 7.
That's very true, and we got a timeout here, and gives us a chance to tell you about our contest we explained to you at halftime. Winner will receive 2 tickets and bus transportation from Klein Tours to the Philadelphia Eagles at Washington Redskin game Saturday, December 20th at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. You can register at midpenbroadcasting.com or on your mobile website on your phone. Click on register to win. Enter the phrase word, which is, Gary,
cheerleader.
And then we'll announce the winner Friday, October 31st, Halloween night at halftime, the final regular season game.
Klein Tours also has a lot of other trips to Raven and Redskin games. So if you're a football fan, look up the website, kleintours.com, and come join us on a Redskin or Raven bus trip.
9:12 left in the contest. CD's Panthers 42, Chambersburg Trojans 12. Chambersburg with the football on their own 11-yard line. And a play that stops at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it went over to Deshaun Moore, kept it himself, nowhere to go. Panthers still showing their stellar defense. They still got some big guys in there. Good old Justin Brown, 6'1", 225-pound senior. CDs has a lot of seniors on their squad, so it'll be interesting. Just like the Trojans, they've had a lot key players graduated, and it's like that for any high school program. It's time for adjustments. Time to get the players that are in the JV program up here and see what they can do as they carry to number 27 for the Trojans, Carter Adamson, maybe a yard or two.
Maybe coach is developing Hoover as a quarterback as a ninth grader, too.
Yeah, you never know. Taylor, he's a freshman. Nazir Taylor, or the kicker, does the field goal and extra point opportunities. So Moore is the quarterback right now.
Clock running, under 8 minutes left in the game.
Johnson on motion. Moore looking to pass. He's finding somebody in the open middle area. It was 84, Sam Blevins, just out of his reach. Blevins would have caught that. He had a good chance to get some good yardage. As 87, Tyler Boger, looks like he beat him for the catch, was just a little out of the reach, and it's going to be 4th and 6.
He had a big open field in front of him, but was not able to come through with the catch.
So another punt. We've seen a lot of these, Gary, here in the second half. And the punt by Taylor. He's getting his practice tonight. Bounces right at the 39-yard Trojan territory. Bounces out of bounds around the 41-yard line. And the Panthers will once again have the football. So the Trojans down 7-0. Down 14-0 first quarter. We're thinking, it could be one of those games. Came right back. Couple key defensive plays. Got to within 2 points. And after that, it's been all CD East with 7:37 here in the contest.
I see umbrellas starting to up,
Mike. But I guess now it came at the right time.
Chambersburg has held CD East scoreless in the fourth quarter after giving up 14 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, Neubauer had that big run, make it 35-12, and the catch by Quentin Smith made it 41-12. And they were all big yardages.
Number 24, Berg went on the run.
So the Panthers now playing in the rain with the offense. 7:20 to go in the contest. Now it's raining and it's getting cold. It's kind of like, let's just get this over with. I mean, it's time to focus for week 8.
Well, hopefully we'll have a good crowd next week at Trojan Stadium, and also a good listening crowd on the internet radio.
So Justice Jacobs, now the quarterback, feeds it to Lamel. Lamel's still in the game, and it's going to be good enough for a first down. Michael Bergwin, he's had a couple nice runs for the Panthers. Panthers, 1st and 10. Knocking on the door for another score. 6:25 left in this game. Jacobs under center. Whistle blows. And it's going to be a timeout for the Panthers.
Was it a timeout or just too much time used?
Looks like, no, you're right. It is a penalty.
Delay of game.
I would hope it wouldn't be a timeout. So it's going to be 5 yards back. So it's going to be First and 15, ball on the 34-yard line. Jacobs looking to pass, and the ball's probably a little slippery now in the hands of Gary Irvin. Off his fingertips, incomplete.
In and out of the hands. And we had the receiver, we had the defender in the wide open flat there, right side of the field.
And the rain is really falling out, Gary. I hope you brought your umbrella.
Umbrella? I thought you brought the umbrellas.
So second and 15, ball on the 34-yard line. 6:10 remaining in the contest. Jacobs
Number 24.
feeds it to 24, Bergwin. Bergwin, right side, goes around a couple tacklers, finally down around the 27-yard line.
Now, Bergwin doesn't waste his time. He comes to full speed very quickly.
Yeah, the Panthers, they're ready. I mean, we talked about it a lot. They're a fast team. They're motivated. And, it didn't look like the pressure was on them. I mean, they had some bad plays there in the first half to keep it close, but they stayed composed.
A lot of turnovers, and they still put big points on the board.
And Aaron Blanding, the head coach, graduated from Elizabethtown College in 2009. His second year here, coach of the Panthers. Has got his squad going to be 6-1 after tonight's game. Jacobs, bullet pass, intended receiver, incomplete.
Quarterback got knocked down on the play, but no penalty called on the Trojans.
And that was intended for Gary Irvin. Irvin's a 160-pound, 5'8" senior.
We have 4th down and 9. Could this be another trick play, Mike?
I would say no. We got 4th and 9, 28-yard line, 5:19 to go. I think they're going to see what they can do to try to get our first down and just keep the clock ticking. Shotgun. Jacobs with the ball. Throws it to two attendant receivers. It looked like they were going in different ways, not knowing what that play was all about. It'll be turnover on downs, and Chambersburg will have the football with 5:15 remaining in the game. And Gary, we do have a score. Greencastle's up 24-14 on James Buchanan at Greencastle. That's the start of the fourth quarter.
I wonder if that game's played in the rain.
That's a good point. I bet you it probably is. And those Greencastle games start at 7:30. They're starting the fourth quarter. We start at 7. It's almost 9:30 here. So.
Now, does Greencastle have an artificial field?
Trying to think. I haven't been there in a while. I think they do now. I know they have a nice field. They do. A new track, and they really done some remodeling there at the Greencastle Stadium. So there is a penalty. Trojans will have the ball. 1st and 5. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Now, many years ago, I recall it was called Fred Cayley Field. I don't know if it still goes by that name or not.
I heard it reference Cayley Field. And handoff over to Johnson. He gets a couple yards. It's going to be close to a first down.
We're going to have a measurement on the play?
I would say since it's out of reach, they're not going to measure. They're going to make a guesstimate. They're saying there's still 1 yard a game for the first down. Keep the clock ticking. You don't want to stop the clock and take 10 minutes out to figure it out. So the Trojans looking for a first down, trying to end the game with some scoring. Another handoff, first down, and this time the ball goes to Lake Hoover, and that will be a first down.
Ball on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Trojans.
So the Trojans is going to try to end this game with the football.
We haven't been able to say first down many times tonight, have we, Mike?
No, we haven't. It's been a lot of big plays for CD East to get this big lead. 42-12. Zach High with the carry, couple yards. We haven't said his name too much tonight. He had 80 yards in offense last week.
So not as many carries tonight.
222-pounder sophomore. He has a lot of strength. He showed it last week.
probably be putting the time in the weight room on the off season. Bigger and stronger.
Trojans taking her all the time in the world. Finally, Darius Johnson has it. Goes right down the middle. Some openings from the offensive line. Able to get some good yardage. Close to another first down.
I thought the CD lineman was jumping offside there, but apparently not called. 3rd and short for Chambersburg. Sean Moore and a quarterback.
Moore started tonight's game. Hoover's done some quarterbacking. Jason Reese in the contest. It's on the far right side, and a handoff once again to Carter Evanson as this game now just keeps dragging on, I guess I'm going to say. It's now 2:42 left. It's going to be another first down. Chambersburg just like to get some more points on the board. They scored there in the second quarter and haven't done anything here in the second half.
Yeah, let's see some good play calling also. Let's see some plays at work.
Gettysburg, they played Kennard-Dale tonight, which is about 2 hours from Gettysburg. And you would hope, when you go for a long drive, just like when Chambersburg goes up to State College or Mifflin County, you're hoping, a good effort. Hopefully we can keep, I don't know how good Kennard-Dale is, but.
Well, it seems to me that they lost to, both Fairfield, Pennsylvania and Hancock, Maryland. Mm-hmm. But I could be wrong, but you'll have to look it up, though, to be sure.
Well, when you lose 85-12 at home.
I hope it wasn't homecoming for Kennedy.
Yeah. I'm sure Gettysburg is singing on the bus right now on the way home, winning 85-12.
Okay, Chambersburg comes out of their timeout, and what's called first and 10 here for Chambersburg. Yes, with 2:21 remaining on the clock.
Trojans just trying to get some points here in the second half. Motion. Fake handoff. Now it's handed off to Carter Emerson. He finds a opening, and he's close to another first down for the Trojans. He stays in bounds. Now they say he stepped out of bounds. Clock will stop here. 2:12. First down, Chambersburg.
And they move the sticks again, Mike.
Score at Camden Yards. The Orioles are losing. It was 4-1, I believe. Still early in the contest. Darius Johnson with the football. He's going from left to the middle. He's still on his feet to the 20, to the 15, and he's down around the 13. Clock keeps ticking as he stays in bounds, and the Trojans are trying to get something on the scoreboard.
Another first down for Chambersburg on this drive.
Johnson, great job. He was on his feet in the middle, decided to go to the left side around the tacklers. They just couldn't get him.
Ball on the 12-yard line. Let's see if Chambersburg can punch it in here.
And that's something they want to do. Get back on the bus on a positive enough note, hoping, he might have lost his game, but, we made a great effort in that last possession to try to get a score here. As Moore under center. And there's a flag.
Is it too much time? I see 25 on the clock.
And it is. You're right, Gary. It's going to be 5 yards. 4-1, top of the fourth. Royals leading the Orioles. Gary, who are you rooting for that contest?
The Yankees, are they? No, I guess they're not in the playoffs.
No.
No, I would root for the Orioles.
Really?
Yes. They have a classy team and a lot of blue-collar players. Play hard. They've put together a good year today, this year, and Buck Showalter, he does a nice job managing the Orioles.
Let's see what Moore does here with minute 15. He's looking for a pass, and it's completed. And it's going to be completed to number 81, Jacob Malego. It's going to be a second down.
Clock is still running with about a minute left in the game. Let's see if we can get several plays in.
Trojans would like to get something here. We said here, same throughout this drive, to get some points. And a touchdown is the outcome. Number 27, Carter Edmondson, goes in for the score. And the Trojans now down 42-18.
And we called his name in a couple good positive instances tonight, Edmondson.
So for the Chambersburg Trojans, you like to see that. Good effort, team effort. They had the ball on their, on their own end of the field and able to get a score. And that kick is good by Nazir Taylor to make it 42-19. And this extra point and field goal is brought to you by Remax Premier Executives of State Line. Lois Bayer agent is call her at 717-597-2777. So anytime Trojans score an extra point, a field goal, we like to tell you about Lois Bayer.
At Remax Agency, yes.
So 42-18, Gary. What happened there? Why were the Trojans able to score? What was the key to at least get some points here in the second half?
Well, they had a good execution of plays here on this last drive. East may have been playing a little bit soft on defense, but I think nice execution of plays, and we're determined in the end to put the points on the board.
So the Chambersburg Trojans finally get on the board here. Edmondson, 7 yards out, able to run in.
42-19 the score.
And the Panthers will get the football, 44 seconds remaining, and you would hope to be a knee or something to get this game over. Little bounce kick by Taylor. And Leon Cooksey with the handle, and he's tackled.
Several players looking to pick up the ball and run towards the goal line, but Chambersburg covered the kick well. 37 seconds left in the game. Nice working with you again tonight, Mike.
Likewise, Gary, and maybe we'll be together at Carlisle next Friday.
Yes. Hey, what's the word? Beat the herd. That was one of the slogans when I was in high school. What's the word? Beat the herd.
And last year when I was at Carlisle, it was just like this, raining.
But it's football season. Hopefully we'll have another great night next week.
So the Panthers are doing what they should. Actually, I thought they were going to take a knee there. They're not. So, Gary, explain to me why they're still running with the football with Ernest Foster there with the run.
Well, maybe
wouldn't they look like they were in position to do a knee there?
That looked to me like that's what they could have done for good sportsmanship.
That's right. So CD East's going to win this contest 42-18, 10 seconds left. And that's going to end it here at Speed Ebersol Stadium in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The Chambersburg Trojans are going to go to 1-6. CD East Panthers are going to go to 6-1. And we're going to wrap it up and talk about what happened after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name, serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Tonight's postgame show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. It's a final here at Speed Ebersol Stadium, Landis Field. Chambersburg Trojans lose tonight, 42-18. Carter Emerson with a 7-yard run there with a touchdown that gets some points on the board for the Trojans. There was no scoring really on the offensive side, Gary. They had those two big interceptions in the first quarter. We were all pumped up. In the second quarter, we were pumped, thinking it's going to be a good game here. 14-12. The Panthers come and score two quick scores, and the Trojans, who had the ball,
they only had two good drives of the night. Once they were down around the 20-yard line, and on the final series of the game, they scored.
Yeah, they had it looked like a lot of trouble in the beginning, and then it looked like Trojans were going to be right in it, down 14-12. And then after that, there were some adjustments on the Panthers side as far as the offense. And soon as the quarterback for the Panthers came in, Jaheed Niebauer, just as Jacob started the game, Niebauer came in. Man, he was unreal with the speed. He ran for a touchdown in the third quarter. And then Quentin Smith had a couple touchdowns. And then they just mixed it up. It's just been an overall good game. Joe Lamel was a key in the first half. That's the problem. When you have some guys that are fast, they can catch the football, and you can make your plays. That's the key. When I was
he scored on a trick play there,
right,
too.
Well, that's the big key there. They had a trick play there where it looked like they were going. When it was 14-12, that's really the key moment of the game. 14-12, Panthers are looking to hit a field goal, make it 17-12. Still, Trojans definitely in it. And a lot of scrambling. Jacobs had the football, looking left to right. Trojans, the whole team was after him, and he was able to find Joe Lamel there in the corner of the end zone. And Lamel, nobody was around him. The whole squad was going after Jacobs, and good job by him to find that open guy. And when you have a guy like Justin Jacobs, and him and Neba, that's a deadly offense. You got two good quarterbacks that you can switch back and forth that can get some good scoring and get you with the lead, increase the lead, and put your players other team away. And now the Panthers are 6-1.
Yes. Well, a tough night for the Trojans. Hopefully they'll have a good game plan for next week for Carlisle.
Yeah, they play Carlisle at Carlisle Thundering Herd. That'll be next Friday night. Greencastle travels to Northern, and we'll have all the coverage for you on MidPennBroadcasting.com and also GameTimePA.com, as you'll be able to listen or watch or whatever. However you're able to watch or listen to our program, we're here for you. And the Trojans, it's hard to believe, there's only 3 more games left. We're going to wrap it up quick, and then we'll have some closing comments right after these messages. You're listening to MidPennBroadcasting.com on the F&M Trust Sports Network and also on GameTimePA.com.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk. We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30
on midpenbroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger with Gary Lang, Speed Ebersol Stadium. Trojans lose tonight 42-18. And closing comments, Gary. What's your impression? What do you think they got to do with the last 3 games of this 2014 campaign?
Well, they have to try to make some progress, look towards next year, probably. I think they're out of it this year. They still can play good football. They can be competitive. We know last week they played an excellent game, over 300 yards of offense. Tonight the offense was just not there. So we'll have to see what the coaching staff does to put a good game plan together for next week, and hope that the Trojans can execute against Carlisle.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's a new week of practice. You never know what can happen in a football game. You never know. You may go to a game and you may be down. You may lose 85-7. You never know. Anything can happen.
And come back the next week. Hey, now we have one not so good note on tonight's game. Miles Braxton, who had a big touchdown interception return, he left the game and was on crutches here after the game. Number 52, Miles Braxton. We hope it was nothing serious, and we wish you a quick recovery, Miles.
Yeah, Miles had that unreal run there to get it within 2. So good luck for him. Hopefully it's not too bad, and we'll see him on the field next week against Carlisle. Well, tonight's game, a lot of sponsors we'd like to thank. We'd like to thank F&M Trust Mobile. Bank wherever you are with your smartphone. Transfer funds. Pay bills. More of F&M Trust Mobile app. Details at fnmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC. Also by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. Waste Management. Environmentally Friendly Technologies. Advanced Innovations. RE/MAX Premier Executives Agent Lois Baer. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agent serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. Brothers Pizza Dine, carry out and delivery, 50 Pine Drive, Greencastle. And Klein Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit KleinTours.net for a complete schedule. Don't forget Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School sports. Go every Thursday night. You can go to John Allison Public House at 7:30, and you can listen to a great show or send emails and comments at chalktalkmpb@gmail.com. Tonight's game has been a production of MidpenBroadcasting.com. Tonight's camera is operated by Chris Eckstein. Join us next Friday on Midpen Broadcasting and Game Time PA for the Chambersburg Trojans take on the Carlisle Thundering Herd at Carlisle High School. And don't forget our promo contest for winner to receive 2 tickets and bus transportation from Klein Tours to the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Redskins game Saturday, December 20th at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Register at midpenbroadcasting.com or on your mobile website on your phone. Click the register to win. Tonight's keyword was cheerleader. And don't forget, next Friday got more action. It's week 8. For Gary Lang, I'm Mike Berger. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. The final score: CD's Panthers 42, Chambersburg 18. Good night, everyone.